Welcome. You have activated all systems. Deactivation is not an option. The end is where we begin.
Georgie's going to fake it to Hooks. He's going to roll out to his right. Misses a tackle, puts it deep.
Oh, look at this.
And complete to number 25.
Aaron
Down
rolling.
to 20, to 10, to 5. Touchdown.
There you go.
Pinnacle. All day, all day, all day. Kind of
Run, Brian, run.
Nope, there it is, there it is. Sam Mason has
Boom. Boom.
There's Gillis Ross.
Yeah, oh my God, goodness. Wow. One-handed, incredible.
That is one of the greatest catches I've ever seen.
Good evening and welcome to Valley Vista High School. My name is Todd Dixon. I'm here with Matt Lisk this evening to help out with some announcing, right?
How you doing, Todd?
Good, Matt. How are you?
I'm doing well, doing well.
Our first time on the mic together this year.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
You guys did a great job those first couple games. California, it had to have been quite a bit of fun, right?
It was a fun trip, I'll tell you, from start to finish. The team activities, the bonding, all the stuff we got to do, a little bit of ocean time, so it was perfect.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, tonight we're in for a treat, folks. You've got your Pinnacle Pioneers coming in at 3-1 on the year, and are on the road to take on the 4-1 Valley Vista Monsoon. So two teams that have had a lot of success so far early in the season.
Yeah, I think the differential, though, is in strength of schedule.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah,
Sure. There's no doubt. And if you go back a little bit, so Pinnacle started off the year in California with El Camino. Big win, a blowout win, and then they after that, the second week, tough loss to Liberty, who's ranked in the top 50 nationally now.
Yep.
And then blowout victories over Queen Creek and last week Horizon. Valley Vista, they started off the season with a 49-14 blowout loss to Mountain Point, but they've won 4 straight now over Westview North, Westwood, and Willow Canyon. So going back in time a little bit. What do you expect tonight here, Matt? What do you think we're going to see?
Well, I'm excited because last week we're coming off of that big program-wide victory where all 3 teams, all 3 levels,
Nice.
were extremely successful against Horizon, and we're setting ourselves up again for that tonight. The freshman team came out here to surprise on Wednesday night. Pretty strong victory. Last night, the JV team earned a shutout victory at home. So
there we
here
go.
we are, hoping to close out a 2-week run of program-wide winning.
Yeah, so if you look at all levels, that's 5 in a row.
Yep,
You know,
absolutely.
well, actually more than that,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the last 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
So Valley Vista and Pinnacle have played twice before, and Pinnacle won both contests. That was in 2018 and 2019. The 2019 game, 52-0 score, and outcome that looks like the Valley Vista Monsoon that you see entering the field here, folks. The Pioneers on offense, I'll tell you what, well, let's go to rankings first. We're ranked 6th in the state for all divisions by both Max Preps and AZ Central.
Yep.
And Valley Vista is ranked number 62 in the state by Max Preps. So a little bit of distance
A
between
little
the
bit
two
of a
there.
distance, yep, for sure.
So Pinnacle on offense, averaging 33 points per game, 241 of those through the air, 84 on the ground. On defense, the Pioneers are only allowing an average of 19.5 points per game, but most of that in the Liberty contest.
Yeah, absolutely, yep.
So Valley Vista, they come in averaging 30 points a game, so they're pretty explosive on offense, and they're only allowed 18 points per game on defense. They're pretty pass happy. They 211 yards per game through the air and rushing 75. So kind of looking in the mirror a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, with the 2-1 offense with pass more to run. So, of course, with Pinnacle, you got to look at the players to watch. There's 3 players on offense so far with Division I offers, and here come your Pioneers. You can see right there, folks. But, of course, we're talking about the nation's #1 ranked tight end, who actually splits out more than he plays tight end.
Yeah,
for
he
the
does.
Pioneers.
Yeah.
He's utilized more as a wide receiver weapon, but that's Deuce Robinson, #2. Number 71, left tackle Eli Page, who just announced that he's committing to the University of Southern California.
Yeah, creating some ripples in the recruiting world for sure.
Without a doubt. USC's getting another strong one there.
Yep.
And then you've got number 3, wide receiver Miles Lippman, who we're going to have his father on at halftime as a guest. So
Looking forward to that. Yeah, that should be great.
That'll be good. He's got multiple offers, including ASU and U of A. But past that, the offense is, they looked incredibly good last week. Matt, talk a little bit more about that offensive line and just what you see with some of these kids.
Yeah, I think what was great about last week was there was a strong commitment to the run at the beginning of the game. As a matter of fact, they came out in a wildcat, and they were doing direct snaps to our favorite running back, Jacoby Trucker Rucker.
Yep.
And they were opening those holes on the ground. He was getting 5-10 yards at a clip, and that really set up that play-action pass with Wyatt Horton. The offensive line has been lights out the past couple of games, in the Queen Creek game as well as in the Horizon game. I look to see that again tonight.
100%. What you see is the team captains. Number 71 is Eli Page, 6'7", 305. He's a load.
He's a load.
To say the least. Number 16 is Brady Punt, defensive end, who's having a wonderful year. Number 3 is Miles Lippman, the receiver we talked about. And, of course, number 2, 6'5", 230-pound tight end Deuce Robinson. The big size advantage, as you can see with the captains.
Absolutely.
In fact, so big that I'm having trouble seeing who the Monsoon captains are. I see number 6. I guess that would be Jonah Flowers. He's a middle linebacker, senior. Number 55 for Valley Vista would be, let's see here. Actually, I don't have him on the, is that 55?
It's 59, I believe.
59,
yeah.
Thank you. Okay, that's Jones, Cormier Jones. Number 17 is one of their captains. That's Avery Rodriguez. He's a free safety, sophomore. And see if we can get a number on the final kid there.
Number 6.
17 and 15. We didn't get 15. That's
15.
Ethan Espinoza. He's a running back, 5'10", senior, 190 pounds. So it's, when you take a look at that offensive line, Crush Sauer's doing a great job. I mean, all of them, actually.
Oh, yeah.
The tight end last week was doing a heck of a job for the Pioneers.
Colson Aarons, yeah.
Yeah, Colson Aarons really looked good. And I'll tell you what, sophomore quarterback Horton. Wyatt Horton.
Yeah.
Do you know right now, here's an interesting stat for you. He's got a 135 QBR rating.
Really?
Which would put him at number 1 in the school's history if he were to finish that way.
Wow. He's been off to a tremendous start. Yeah, right. Past. Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, with Brian Lewerke and JD and Spencer and the whole crowd, that's a heck of a compliment. I think he had a 158 rating last week.
Wow.
So
that's
King,
fantastic.
King in to kick off for the Pioneers. He's been perfect on the year with his PATs and field goals.
Also a great asset in the secondary, too.
Yeah,
double duty.
Had a pick last week.
Yeah, he did.
He's going to go deep and into the end zone, another touchback, and he was doing that the entire game last week.
Yeah, he was.
So Pinnacle's going to start off on defense. Good defense that it is. Shout out and get some of our numbers here, guys. Number 55 for the Pioneers.
That's Jack Franklin, defensive end.
Yep, the Franklin
legacy
the
continues.
Bloodline,
yes.
Yeah, the bloodline, if you will. So that's 99. You know that kid,
I
right?
know that kid, Mason Lisk. Yep.
My buddy Eric last week was calling him dirt in a garbage can because you can't move him.
That's a pretty accurate description.
Which I thought was pretty funny.
That is great.
Dirt in a garbage can. So look for your next card, number 99 and 16. Of course, your right defensive end. That's Brady Ponce, who's averaging 1.2 sacks per game.
Yeah.
So here comes Valley Vista. They're going to start off in a spread formation, single back. And they're going to motion right to look more of a twins pattern. And a bad snap already. And he picks it up, throws it, and he actually finds a receiver. Ball's complete over the 30. Still on his feet. Pretty heads-up play by their QB.
Was, yeah.
See if we can get, I'm having trouble seeing the numbers here. I'm sure that is, see, they have 2 QBs that get a lot of action for Valley Vista. Number 8, Crespin, I believe. Is who that is?
Okay. Yes, he's the one that's out there now.
So Valley Vista picks up a first down on the very first play.
Pinnacle comes out in that 3-man front, and then they're sneaking a linebacker up on the line.
I love how they mix up the defense this year.
Yeah.
And it's going to be handoff. Little bit of room, but good pursuit by the
There's a
Pioneers.
big holding call they missed there.
That's a wonderful tackle coming up. Number 10 for the Pioneers is Parker Glenn.
Parker Glenn, yep.
That corner position, boy, he came up and read that beautifully.
Yeah, Parker Glenn stepped in when Jadeem Birthright went out. Jadeem, I think, has a broken foot. He's been out for a couple of weeks now, and Parker Glenn came in and stepped right into his place, and he's been lights out so far.
That was 12 tackles coming into tonight.
Yep.
One for a loss.
Yep.
So that's going to bring up second, and we'll call it what, 14?
14, yep. We have the luxury of a working scoreboard, Todd. We were out here for the freshman game on Wednesday night. The scoreboard did not work, so we had no idea how much time was left. It was a nightmare.
And Pinnacle's going to send forward. Crespin completes the ball over to the right. A little bit of room, a little shake and bake. He's off to the races down the sideline, still on his feet. And finally, Pinnacle gets him out of bounds. I want to say, now let's see where they mark this at, but it's first down yardage for sure.
For sure, yep. It looks like he didn't quite get over the 50, so he must have stepped out at, it looks like, the 47.
Tell you what, nice little move on the right-hand side. I didn't catch the number there. It might have been 15 Espinosa.
I believe so, yeah, I think you're right.
It was one of their weapons. He's averaging, he's got 39 yards on the year, I suppose.
I'm a little worried about the Pioneers here. I mean, they read the same information we did. They're ranked 6th. Valley Vista's in the 60s. I hope they're not taking them for granted right now. That they come out, they're showing their strength right now is the passing game for sure.
They've got some good skill kids.
Yep.
So Crespin's going to hand it off over to the right-hand side, and another first down for the Monsoon. They've got a nice little drive started. Ball's all the way down to the 38-yard line of the Pioneers. So they're mixing it up a little bit.
They are.
Well, it's been 2 blowout victories in a row.
Yep.
So sometimes you need a little wake-up call.
You do.
So Crespin on the year, he's done pretty well. He's got 65.3% completion average, thrown for over 1,000 yards already. Pioneers look like they may blitz, and here they come. Ball's complete, but good coverage. Doesn't quite get him down. And taken down after about a 4-yard gain.
Parker Glenn on the tackle, and Halverson had him for a loss, and he just couldn't wrap him up.
Yeah, Halverson's done well. He's averaging 8.8 tackles per game, which leads the Pioneers, followed by Stapley at 6.7. So 2nd and 6 now for the Monsoon. But, yeah, need a play here on D to kind of slow down this momentum.
Yeah.
And on the left hash, they're going to run the trips formation over to the right. See what they dial up here. And another run up the middle, and a missed tackle, and the ball's all the way up for another first down to the, 24-yard line of the Pioneers.
Yep.
We're getting our shots. We're just not able to complete them at this point.
Yeah, that was Mason Lisk who missed the tackle there, but
You gonna hold no cookies tonight?
no cookies tonight.
Well, you can't make them all, Dan.
No, you can't.
Well, the Monsoon on the move. 1st and 10 from the Pinnacle 30 or 25-yard line.
All right, looks like they're coming in now with a 4-man front.
Yeah, switch it up a little.
They got Punt in the middle now with Lisk, and looks like they
Crespin's going
brought
to
in.
throw, and a little bit high on that. They'll bring up 2nd and 10. Well, there's adjustments, right?
Yep. They had Blake Haugen slip up onto defensive end from his linebacker position. So
I like that they can do that.
Yep.
That they have the ability to go to a 3, 4, or 5-man front.
Yeah. And they've got talented linebackers who can, they're sizable enough that they can make that adjustment and play at end and
Well, you
great
mentioned
pressure.
Blake Haugen. That's number 22, folks. And he's had a really good year so far.
He has.
16 total tackles. So Crespin in the shotgun again. This time a little more balanced look for the Monsoon on offense, but they are going to motion over to trips and strong right formation. They're going to roll him out. Crespin's going to throw the out pattern. It's complete. And I don't know if he got the first down yardage. He might be a yard short.
He might be a yard or two short. That was number 1, Ashton Leckie, on the tackle. And number 7, Juan Carlos Calamera checking into the game, defensive end. So this is going to be their traditional 4-man front now. This isn't Juan plays defensive end. He's not a linebacker. So,
well, it's going to bring up a 3rd and very short 1 at the Pioneers. Where's the ball at here? 16? Looks like 16-yard line.
yeah.
So they stay in that spread formation with Cressman, 4-man front, like you said, for the Pioneers. Trying to draw him off there with a little hard count.
Play clock's down to.
Did they have to burn
I think
a timeout?
yeah, they did.
So they had to burn a timeout. On that, we've got a whole boatload of sponsors this year, folks. Should we dig into it, Matt?
Absolutely.
Let's see here. You want to start us off?
I will. Let's start with Mint Condition. For all your health and wellness needs, visit our 7,000 square foot facility. Our services range from sports chiropractic and personal training to massage therapy and skincare. We want everyone in Mint Condition. Visit mintconditionstudio.com for more info. And let's go with Culver's. Culver's Frozen Custard on Cave Creek Road. Welcome to Delicious. Mainline Sales, delivering superior results for our manufacturers by supporting our strategic relationships with the best people, systems, and analytics. And then my favorite one, which we always reserve for times when the referees may have made a bad call, Scottsdale Eye Care, where we put your visual eye care needs first. Thank you for your support of the Pinnacle Pioneer program.
If you wear a black and white uniform, you get a discount.
You get a discount, absolutely. Show them your referee card.
Well, the Monsoon, after taking a timeout, now lining up for 3rd and 1 at the Pinnacle 16-yard line, opening drive. And Cressman bobbles the snap, looks to throw, he's in trouble, and that's a big stop for the Pioneers.
That was Haugen, number 22, in the backfield.
Yep, read that beautifully from that left defensive end position.
Absolutely.
And that's going to now force a 4th down and... What are we going to call her, about 6?
Yep, about 6 or 7. Pretty substantial loss there.
Now, okay, so kicking-wise, they didn't bring in their kicker, did they?
No, I didn't notice that. And if their freshman team was any indication, their special teams is going to be a problem for them. So looks like they're going to go for it.
Yep, 4th and 6. You can hear the Pioneer crowd getting fired up. Cressman in the shotgun for the Monsoon. Pinnacle back to a 3-man front. Low snap's going to throw it right away, and that ball's in and out of the hands of the receiver. It'll be a turnover on downs, and the Pioneer offense will take over.
Well, the Pioneers dodged a bullet there. They came with a little bit of pressure, but ultimately it was Valley Vista's failure to execute on that one that really saved the day for the Pioneers.
But
he was open.
You can see why they're 4-1. They've got some athletes.
They do. They do.
So 7 minutes, 56 seconds left in the first quarter. The Pioneer offense sees the field for the first time. And, of course, you got sophomore quarterback number 15, Wyatt Horton, leading the crew with weapons, 2 D1 weapons, and number 3, Miles Libman, the receiver, and number 2, Deuce Robinson, and Trucker Rucker in the backfield. That's Jacoby Rucker. Called him Darius Rucker last week.
That's an honest mistake.
Yeah, it was.
Looks like we have an encroachment on the defense. It's the preliminary signal.
So, oh, that's 5 yards the easy way, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Create a 1st and 5 for Pinnacle from the 26. So sophomore quarterback Wyatt Horton on the year, completing 72.7% of his passes, folks, with a QBR quarterback rating of 134.9, which is, I think, in the top 5 of the state.
Absolutely. Has to be.
And the Monsoon look like they're going to bring some pressure. They've got a 3-man front with, really, they run a 3-5 is what they're running with single high safety.
Yep.
They're going to run a single high safety against us.
Wow.
Okay. Look for that later on. Actually, look for it right away. Horton's under pressure. Does a great job of escaping, though. He's got some room down the left sideline, and he's going to scamper for about, 20?
Yeah, it looked like it.
So they came on the blitz, and Wyatt Horton shows off his wheels, gets around the left-hand side, but if that single high safety look, I guarantee they're going to take some shots sooner or later.
Absolutely, yeah. Great block down on the sideline by number 8, Mac Richards, the wide receiver, to give Horton a little bit of extra running room there.
So what's interesting is when Wyatt does decide to run, he's got a 6.8 average, which leads the Pioneers in rushing.
Huh.
So when he escapes the pocket, he's pretty effective.
Yeah, he can do it all.
So Pinnacle 1st and 10 from the 37.
They got 24, Colson Aarons, the tight end, split out wide.
Yep, and then you got Miles Libman, who they're going to hit on a swing pass, and he's going to pick up maybe 3 or 4.
Aarons missed that block, or else he might have had a little bit more room to run, but it's okay.
I like the design of that, though, to
Yeah,
get your
absolutely.
athletes in space like that.
Yep.
Aarons had a huge Colson Aarons, tight ends, had a huge game last week.
He did, yeah. He had a beautiful toe tap catch in the back of the end zone, and I can't remember how many yards he had last game, but it was substantial.
So Wyatt actually, that's his 23rd reception on the year. For the number of receptions, that does lead the Pioneers. Deuce is number 2, has got 19 on the year.
Yeah, that's Deuce opens up those opportunities for Miles.
And it's going to be a handoff to Deuce over to the left-hand side on a jet sweep. He's got a little bit of room, makes one move, but pretty good open field tackle by the Monsoon. But the damage is done. First down, Pinnacle.
Right at the 50.
That's not an easy thing to do, to tackle Deuce in the open field.
No,
like
it's
that.
not, especially when he's got a head of steam coming around the edge like that. Credit to that DB who took him on, because there was definitely a size differential there.
Without a doubt. I'd say about half.
Yeah, exactly.
He's vertically challenged. But just because you're vertically challenged, it does not mean that you can't tackle.
No,
him.
and I have experience in that area.
So Matt's kid, Mason, the nose guard, is 5'7", 200, and he literally is like dirt in a garbage can. You can't move him.
So great.
So double twins look for the Pioneers, single back. And Horton's going to keep it and run it himself. Nice little move to pick up about 5 or 6 yards. Must have been a read option, I assume.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Rucker yet to touch the ball, but that'll change.
Well, if it depends on how a team's defending you too, right?
Yep.
I mean, if they're going to go single high safety and stack the box, we'll throw on them all day long.
Yeah.
Big Deuce Robinson, number 2, top of your screen, ranked the number 1 tight end in the United States, folks. He can play, and we have a very shallow cover too. You may see him go to Deuce here. He sees it. And it's going to be a run to Rucker up the middle. He's got a little bit of room, and he's off to the races. Down to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. He's got some wheels. Touchdown.
Touchdown. See that? I think I predicted that. Call me Karnak.
Yeah, Jacoby Rucker right up the middle. And a great job by that offensive line, blowing open a nice hole. And your Pioneers now on the board, 6-0. PAT pending with 5 minutes, 39 seconds left in the first quarter.
It was a good 45-yard run there for Jacoby. He's
really
fast.
was.
He's deceptively fast for a kid his size, too.
Yeah, he is.
You saw him hit that open field, and he just took off. There was no catching him.
So Libman on the hold, King for the extra point, and he stays perfect on the year. So just like that, 7-0 Pioneers. That's the 16th point after attempt on the year on 16 attempts for Cooper King.
Yeah, it was kind of deflating. You're the Monsoon. You had a great first drive. You get down deep into your opponent's territory, can't convert, and then they come right back down the field and score on you. So let's see how Valley Vista comes back from that.
Well, Pinnacle, up early. There haven't been any close games so far this year.
No, not really. And, I don't think that Liberty game was indicative of the true talent of the Pioneers. I think, I'm not going to make excuses for him, but that was the game that got shifted from a Friday to a Saturday. The routine was off. Don't get me wrong. Liberty is a top-notch team, as you said, in top 50 in the country.
Yeah, they are.
But I don't think it was a 49-7 differential.
No, they're not that much better than Pinnacle. They caught us on. They had a good night.
They had a good night, and we had a bad one.
Well, and that's what happens when you play a good team like that.
Yeah.
So King's going to try to go deep again. This one they may get to return. Let's see. Nope, in the end zone. That's the best play you can have on special teams because it takes away any opportunity for them to come down and take a look. So
exactly.
let's highlight some more of these Pioneers. I see 23. That's Stapley out there, the linebacker.
Yep.
We get into the backfield. Number 21 for the Pioneers is Frick. He's a junior. Number 4 on the other side is Luke Baker, corner. Who's our other safety? Halverson, you have him lined up at safety. But he really plays kind of everywhere. They move him around a lot. Number 11 is
Ceccarelli. Kobe Ceccarelli. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Got a little tongue-tied there. Thank you for saving me there. That wasn't good.
And then you got Ashton Leckie, number 1, all the way on the far side there.
At quarterback. So Crespin back in at quarterback for the Monsoon, down 7-0, and they're going to run the ball, and pretty good job by the Pioneers coming in there. Who was that at the bottom of the pile? I saw 2 Pioneers.
I saw number 11, Ceccarelli.
Yep, and 16 was in there. That's
Brady
Ponce.
Yep.
They're going to give him a pickup of maybe 3, bring up a 2nd and 7 for Valley Vista. And we're back to, we're going back from the 3 to the 4-man front. It just kind of depends. Now back to a 3-man front. See if linebackers, if anybody's going to come. It looks pretty base defense to me. And Crespin's going to roll right and look again for that quick out pattern. Pretty good coverage.
Very good coverage.
Lecky. He's had a good year, too. 24 total tackles on the year for Lecky. So it brings up a 3rd and 7.
I'll tell you, one of the challenges Pinnacle faced last year was getting beat over the top, and I think they've really corrected that this year. I think that we've only seen 1 or 2 episodes of that happening. It happened routinely last year, and that was a weakness of theirs. But this year they've really clamped down. I think this secondary is probably the strongest we've seen in recent history.
Yeah, you've got Frick and Halverson back there at the safety positions,
Yep.
and they've done a nice job. And Luke Baker, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of playing a little deep.
Luke Baker's a track star, and he uses those wheels appropriately.
Crespin's going to look right and unload on 3rd and 7. The ball's complete, but it's going to be short of first down yardage.
Yep.
Good coverage. Casarelli, right?
Ceccarelli.
I'll get it right before the day's out. Ceccarelli. Okay, I've got it. He's a senior. And that, it's going to bring up 4th and 2. All right, they're bringing the punt unit out. Now look at this. Your 2 D1 receivers are out to field this punt. Not 1, but 2. That's double trouble.
Yeah.
You've got Deuce Robinson, number 2, and Miles Libman, number 3. This should be interesting. That's a new wrinkle. Have you seen this?
I have, yeah. They've actually run this a few times.
Okay. Snaps down, and we almost got there. May or may not get a return on that. And they can't seem to make up their mind. Deuce really wanted that.
He did.
But he decided to back off at the last minute, which is smart.
That was 55 Franklin on the near miss, the near block there. He got all the way back in there.
Well, we do have a yellow hanky out for the first time, first time on Pinnacle, I think, maybe today. It's at midfield where you typically see some kind of holding. Yeah, it's going to be against the Pioneers. So that'll move us back just a little bit. With 4 minutes and 1 second left in the first quarter, Pioneers up 7-0. Offense out for their second swing. Let's talk about the line a little bit, shall we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who we got here? You want to cover some of these guys?
Yeah, we've got, obviously, at left tackle, Elijah Page, number 71, 6'6", 265, senior. We talked about this earlier. He decommitted from Notre Dame recently and committed to USC, and that caused some wrinkles, like I said, some ruffles in the recruiting world.
Yep, we'll get back to a couple more here in a second. Wyatt Horton's going to fake the handoff. He rolls to his right. He's got all day to throw. And he uncorks a deep one. This is for Deuce Robinson. Jump ball, and of course Deuce comes down with it for the Pioneers at the 22 in the middle of double coverage.
Gotta love that. That's a luxury that you don't always have. It's just throw it up, and Deuce is going to get it.
Yeah, absolutely, he'll get there. Heck of a throw and catch. And, Horton knows that if he's going to throw a jump ball, Deuce is 9 times out of 10 going to come down to it.
Yep. And, of course, now we're talking about the offensive line. They gave Wyatt all day to throw, including number 77, Grant Smith, the left guard.
Yep, and you got Crush right at center.
Crush Sowers at center. Travis Gutierrez at right guard.
And here's a little trucker-rucker action. No,
actually, that's Mason O'Rourke.
Yeah, that's Mason O'Rourke.
Nice hole, and I took advantage of it. Nice 10-yard gain.
He's got great vision.
He does.
He's got great vision. He follows his blocks really well.
And he's one of those, when he hits that hole, he hits it with authority, and he's got a lot of speed.
Nice problem to have.
Yeah, no kidding.
You got 2 quality backs.
Yeah. And, of course, that hole was opened up by number 78, Frankie Gleesh, the right tackle, 6'4", 230-pound junior.
It's a solid offensive line.
It really is.
Yeah, they're very fortunate. Horton in the shotgun on 2nd and 2, and he's going to look left to throw, and he's going to throw a fade pattern, and that's a little bit too much steam, but I guess they said it wasn't catchable.
It was a little handsy back there, but he also had Colson Aarons running in the flat there, so he had multiple options. And
he was looking for Mac Richards, I think, number 8.
Yep.
Had a couple. He had a touchdown last week, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so.
Might have had 2, actually. So the Pioneers will now have it 3rd and short, so 3rd and 2 from the 15-yard line of Valley Vista. 2:51 left in the first quarter.
See, they've got Aarons in that offset there. It's tight end.
O'Rourke right at the middle. He's got some room. Shakes off the tackle. Did he get there? Oh, give it to him. Come on.
Oh, they marked him at like the half-inch line.
The half-inch line. It must be mom and dad.
That is mom and dad. The O'Rourke family said, I challenged them before the game. I said their goal was to get their voices on our broadcast. Mission accomplished.
I think you're already there, folks. The O'Rourkes are in the house.
Oh, yeah. Let's finish it off here. Let's give them another shot to put it home.
1st and 10 Pioneers, and it is going to be O'Rourke up the middle, keeps the legs churning.
And he got it.
That's a touchdown.
He's definitely
Pinnacle.
in. Good job, Mason.
Really good job, actually. So that's going to be 13-0 Pioneers. And a very happy O'Rourke family to my left.
Absolutely.
Folks, I forgot to say, if you want to get a shout out over the air and you're watching from home, feel free to text me on my cell phone, 623-687-6003. Please keep it PG rated at the minimum, and I'll give you a shout out over the air. The 623-687-6003. And Miles Lidman had the swinging gate formation, and they're going to go ahead and kick this.
They got to get this snap off. There it goes. Good.
Down and good. So
just got that in.
Yep, perfect on the year for Cooper King on those PATs and field goals. He's 17 of 17 for PATs and 2 for 2 on field goals.
Well, while we have a break in the action, Pinnacle up 14-0. Let's thank a few more of our sponsors. Spectrum Management, your commercial property management solution. Southwest Power Washing, making your world a cleaner place. Serving commercial properties throughout the valley with reliable service, professional equipment, and qualified staff. No service too big and no service too small. Call Southwest Power Washing for a free estimate. 602-757-3688. And also Center Stage Dance Studio, where they love to put you center stage, training baby divas and dudes through college kids, located in the Scottsdale Air Park. Thank you to our sponsors of the Pinnacle Pioneer Program.
Yeah, that really does make a big difference, folks. So to all those sponsors, thank you.
I mean, Todd and I were laughing. Last year, I think we had maybe 2 or 3 pages of sponsors.
Right.
This year, we got 6. And we're so excited about that.
Another big kick from King, and that's going to be another touchback. He's 3 for 3 on the night with touchbacks.
You know, you'd think a sport like football would be well funded through the state, and it's just not.
No.
There's a lot of things that aren't covered, and you know, travel and referees, lights, everything you got to pay for. It's expensive.
It is.
It's through these sponsors that help support the program, as well as the Booster Club.
Absolutely.
The parents who are supporting that as well. And, of course, we're all volunteers. We don't get paid.
No.
So it's also not only just the donations, but
I've had a couple free hot dogs, a hotel room, and some Cokes through 10 years. And I'm happy with that. That's a good thing.
You got more than I did, man. I got to get a better agent.
Yeah, I think somebody felt sorry for me. Here, have a hot dog. Add another 5 pounds. Run to the right for the Monsoon. Not a lot of room. And it's going to be a 2-yard loss, actually. Great job by that Pinnacle D. I didn't see who quite got in there. But that's going to force a second, and we'll call it 12.
Well,
Yeah, they look tough on defense. They
they
really
do. Yeah, and you know, I think after that first drive where they looked a little shaky, the Monsoon came down and moved the ball at will. They've been having trouble this past drive and a half.
So number 8 is your quarterback for Valley Vista. That's Crespin. He's a senior. And they're going to motion over to Trips, looking for the swing pass, actually short side completion. And it's not a lot of room, maybe 3.
That might have gotten them back to the original line of scrimmage.
Going to bring up 3rd and 10. Nice job on that other side. Yeah, it might have been the corner, Lecky, who got
I think
in
it
there.
was, yeah.
So the Pioneers back to the 3-man front, and that's where the dirt and the garbage can nose guard gets to hog both gaps in that middle.
He comes home sometimes complaining. He's like, I got 3 guys. I'm getting triple teamed. I'm like, that's the point of it, right?
Yeah,
that's exactly
a good thing.
I mean, if he's taking up 3 guys, it frees up the ends and the linebackers.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, exactly.
So Crespin on 3rd and 10, and they're going to throw.
I got to imagine that's a false start.
You would think. It sure
Yeah,
is.
it is.
Yep. Nice job so far from the men in white and black out on the field. Catching what they're supposed to.
Yep.
I was walking by them on the way over. Hey, guys, have a good game there. They seemed shocked.
Well, we talked about it the other night. They're starting to shift some of the varsity games to Thursday nights because they don't have enough referees.
I know, which is sad.
It is.
3rd and 15 for Valley Vista. And Crespin back to throw. He's got a little bit of time. He's going to try us over the top. And great coverage by Baker. Nothing there. Luke Baker said no. So he's a track kid. I didn't know Luke was.
Yeah, and that's the point I was making before is last year that route would have been open. But Luke and his teammates back there have really focused on coverage skills, and tremendous difference between last year and this year.
So on punt returns this year, Deuce Robinson is averaging 16.8 yards a return, and Libman is averaging 16. And that's the two that we have back to return this. Let's see if they get a chance on this one. Comes to snap, and again, they came close to getting it, although we might get a return. And Deuce does have it. He's going to break it over to the right-hand side. He's got a bit of a wall set up. He's over to the 30 to the 25, down to the 20 to the 15 to the 10. Lights out, touchdown, Deuce Robinson on a punt return.
Wow.
Well, there you go. Miles Libman did a great job, and a great wall set by that
Great
punt
wall
return.
set by that punt return team. And
Just like that.
Yeah. That takes the wind out of your sails if you're Valley Vista. And unfortunately, Juan Calamera just missed the block again. So we're getting in on him, but if you're going to return it, that's just as good.
A couple of shout-outs. Near Nation by the Holders. Watching the game from home. Shout-out to you, to the Holders. We've got Upland, California. Grandma and Grandpa cheering for Keenan Johnson, number 81.
All right.
Go Pioneers. And we just picked up a 2-point conversion from Miles Libman throwing over to the right-hand side. That'll put the Pioneers up 22-0 out of that swinging gate formation.
And the recipient of that pass was number 33, Cooper King.
That's the kicker. He's an athlete. He had a pick
Trickery,
last week.
trickery.
Yeah, he had a great pick last week.
Yeah.
So also we've got shout out to Wyatt Horton from Grandma and Grandpa are watching from Southern Wisconsin.
Awesome.
Hello again from Southern Wis. They did a shout out last week as well.
Have a brat and a beer and some cheese curds. Enjoy the game.
Okay, so Luke Hoover, a shout out is from somebody who's watching from home not feeling well, and that's Luke Hoover, who plays on special teams, and it's from, looks like Sherry.
His mom.
Yeah, Sherry or Sherry. I think it might be Sherry. So shout out to you. Again, folks, 623-687-6003 if you'd like a shout out, and King drives another ball deep. Boy, how fun. So in 2 games, the kid's now got a 2-point conversion. He's perfect on his kicks, and he's got a pick from defense last week. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And he's got a brother playing on the freshman team, Jet King.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a lot of legacy athletes here. Brothers that have played in the program.
100%.
And it's great to see older brothers, younger brothers. I actually have a freshman on the freshman team as well.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do. Yeah. Number 50, Cooper Lisk, the linebacker, broke his thumb, so he's just coming back to action. But there's
So you're
the
gonna be here a
Kings.
while.
I'm going to be here a while, Todd. They can't get rid of me. They've tried several times, but
All right, so Valley Vista back on offense with 14.6 seconds left, I believe, in the first quarter. Is that correct? I think so.
Yes.
And Crespin back at quarterback. He's going to throw, and over to the right-hand side. Good read by the corner.
Wow.
To keep that as a short. Yeah, good. That was number 10, Glenn, again. He saw it the whole way, and sometimes, I played corner for a year in high school, and you got this choice. Do you go for the pick?
Yep.
Or do you go for the good, clean tackle to make sure?
And he went for the right move there, the good, clean tackle.
So that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. All Pinnacle, 22-0. And back to some sponsor shout-outs here, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's thank the Pain Medic, located out here in Peoria on the corner of Thunderbird and 83rd Avenue. Life begins when pain ends. Stop in for a free consultation. Mention Pinnacle Football and receive 20% off your first visit. ThePainMedic.com. Also, North Valley Oral Surgery, Dr. Donald Johnson, serving the North Valley for oral surgery needs with over 20 years of experience. If I'm getting oral surgery, I want a guy with 20 years of experience.
Yeah,
That's
me too.
no kidding. And then finally, Moon Valley Nurseries, home of the You Buy It, We Plant It. For the best trees on earth, go straight to the moon. Visit moonvalleynurseries.com.
All right, so second quarter just getting ready to go underway here. And Pioneers look good. You know, Valley Vista had a nice drive to start the game. They went down the field.
Yep.
Pioneer defense stiffened up and held them on a turnover on downs. And since then, I'm not sure they've had a single first down.
I don't think they have, no.
It's been all Pinnacle.
It has.
Okay, we got another shout out here.
All right.
That's Ches Hall, I believe. Great job, Deuce. Cousin Ches. Okay, or Chaz, maybe. Chaz, okay, so Cousin Chaz, shout out to you. All right, the Monsoon with Crespin. Under center this time. More of a bunch look. They may try to see if they can get something going on the ground.
Well, it looks like another false start penalty.
Yeah, they're neutral zone. He was in the neutral zone, so let's see if he was drawn off or if he just jumped.
It is offsides on the Pinnacle Pioneers, yep.
Yep, they got a little bit early. So that's going to be, they're moving the entire chain gang. Okay, so that's going to give them a first down.
Oh, let me tell you, the other night, Carl will tell you.
We have some chain gang issues?
We have some chain gang issues, big time, big time.
Well, they're volunteers too.
Yeah, they are.
I've actually run that before. Sometimes it can be a little interesting, to say the least.
Now, I'm shocked. It should be 1st and 5, yes?
I have no idea what they're doing.
They moved the full chain.
1st and 10 for Valley Vista. I don't know, man. Well, anyway, Crespin's going to throw. He's going to try to go up top into double coverage again. Luke Baker's there, and also Glenn on the coverage.
He was pressured by Kobe Ceccarelli again, number 11.
Tell you what, I like when they switch up. If you're an offensive lineman and you keep seeing different fronts, 3-man, 4-man, and sometimes 5-man, makes your life a little bit tougher.
It does.
And I love to see it when they mix it up like that. So
they haven't blitzed much tonight. They've been pretty much going with standard rush. So
well, defensive coordinator Angel Alou, he's been around for a while, and I know he really enjoys the talent he has that allows him to do this.
Yes.
And they're back on a 4-man front now,
they are,
Pioneers D. So Crespin under center, and they're trying a little bit more short ground and pound and nothing doing. Holy smokes, ran into a wall.
That was Stapley, number 23. 6'1", 200-pound senior.
Boy, what a hit. Goodness. Ran into a wall. Stapley on the year came into tonight averaging 6.7 tackles per game. That's good for the second highest total for the Pioneers. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9 for Valley Vista. See what they try to do. Now they're going to spread it back out again with Crespin in the shotgun. Pioneers 3-man front. They're going to motion over towards quads. And another design rollout. They love to do that. They can double team the tackle, which they did. Now they're going up top, and yeah, we're going to get a flag there. So, you know, here's the deal, though. The receiver had a step.
He did.
They missed an obvious holding call.
Yep, they did.
In the backfield.
Yep.
But Valley Vista's going to now, you know, in high school ball, it isn't the spot of the foul. They're only going to pick up, I think, 15 yards.
Yeah, it's 15
so
yards.
They are going to pick up a first down here. But if you're the corner and they've got you by a step or two, instead of allowing the touchdown, sometimes that's what you have to do.
Sometimes that's what you have to do. That's the way they're coached.
I mean, you're better to get a flag than to give up a touchdown.
Exactly.
So that's going to create 1st and 10 for the Monsoon at their own 45-yard line.
They've yet to cross the 50 on this drive. They're still on their own territory.
So Crespin in the shotgun. Trips to the right this time. 3 receivers. And he's going to, he drops the ball and picks it back up, but not before he's met by number 23, Stapley.
Yep, he was there again.
Is that what it was? The running back knocked it out of his hand. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 10. It's weird. It goes from really loud to where you can hear a pin drop in the stadium.
Know. Yeah. We're about a 45-minute drive west of Pinnacle out in Surprise.
Halfway to California.
Yeah, feels like it, doesn't it?
It does. Especially on Bell Road for 9 miles of honk, honk.
Right. Exactly.
A lot of people moving to Phoenix, folks. I'm telling you, this traffic's getting worse.
It is.
Double twins look with the motion over on a fake jet sweep. It's going to be a quick swing pass over to the right-hand side. Caught, but he doesn't have a whole lot of room, and he's got 6 white shirts waiting for him. So that's going to be a loss of 2, but we did have a penalty, didn't we?
We did. I saw Punt. I saw Ceccarelli in on the tackle.
See what they call. So a shout out to the fantastic Pinnacle Spirit Line. Can't always see them on video, but we love hearing their support. So great job, ladies, to the Spirit Line.
The call was against Valley Vista. Pinnacle declined.
It's going to bring up a 3rd and 11 for Valley Vista. Let's see what they dial up. Crespin, quarterback, has had a pretty good year, 65% completion ratio. You know, he averages 210 yards a game, and tonight he's just not able to pick up as much as what he's used to. Pioneers on a 3-man rush. They're going to set up that short screen again. Good job by the Pioneers on the outside.
What a great tackle there by Lecky.
Lecky shed the block. That was textbook. Shed the block, came up, and kept it to a minimum gain. Excuse me. Gang. It's going to bring up a 4th and 9 for Valley Vista. So shout out to Jacoby Rucker from his granddad. That run was awesome.
It was.
It was.
We agree, Granddad. That was
Granddad,
definitely
you're
a
absolutely correct. It was.
great run.
So shout out to Carl Marks, our producer, who gets all the work done. Very, very, very much so. So 3 times a week, Carl and his crew do this. Here comes the punt, and we took one back to the distance last time, and did that? Okay, almost touched a Pioneer. Got to be careful there.
Yeah, no kidding.
So Pinnacle's going to get the ball back with 22-0 lead and 8 minutes and 48 seconds left in the first half.
Oh, hey, Grandma.
So from Anita Lisk, did you say?
That's
So
my
shout out-
mom. She's going to evaluate my performance tonight.
Shout out from Anita Lisk. You got to do the hi mom.
Hi, Mom.
Perfect. You do that all too well.
I was in trouble a lot when I was a kid, Todd.
I couldn't believe that. It's going to be a jet sweep
Sweep.
to Littman. Got a little bit of room. And a pretty good job by the defense to keep that to a minimum
Late
gain.
flag there.
Yeah,
I wonder
it was
if,
a late flag. I wonder what we're going to pick up here.
I wonder if there was a face mask on the tackle.
It looks like it may go against Pinnacle. Let's see.
It's holding. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
holding. Late, though.
You know, good design play. Just the defense did a pretty good job there
They did,
for
yeah.
Valley Vista. I mean, we're obviously a home broadcast with
Yes.
Pinnacle, but you know, we give props and shout outs
We do.
to
Absolutely.
the other team. And in fact, many times in the past, I've had teams, the other team's parents and grandparents. Remember Chandler, Hawaii?
Yeah, I always tell people that story because I
my
think
gosh.
that's amazing.
I couldn't understand half their names, but you know. So Pinnacle 1st and 15. White Horton's going to look over to his right. He's got a perfect pass on a dime, and we're out through the races to the 35, to the 30, to the 25, to the 20. Still on his feet. 15, 10, 5. That's a touchdown, Pinnacle Pioneers. What a great job from Miles Littman, and what a beautiful throw on a rope from Wyatt Horton.
Actually, Todd, that was the backup quarterback, number 18, Ethan Wall.
Was that Ethan Wall that
It
made
was.
that? Okay, my
It was.
apologies.
No, he snuck into the game right as we were chit-chatting, and when he threw the ball, I turned to look, and it was Ethan Wall.
He threw just a dime.
A rope, yeah.
He looked good last week, too.
He did.
He's a talented QB.
Yep. Pinnacle has a luxury here of
They really do.
multiple talented quarterbacks.
But that was an absolute just dime that
dime.
he threw on that sideline. And great job by Littman to haul that in. 28-0 PHE pending, and we're going to make it 29 for the Pioneers. So Ethan Wall on an absolute strike for the Pioneers to Miles Littman. And Ethan, you know what? Ethan, for the snaps he's had this year, he's got a 125.8 QBR.
There you
rating.
go.
So, to your point, I mean, they have 2 quarterbacks that both have had some action, and over 125 in QBR rating is really pretty phenomenal.
That's the Pinnacle way, right? Big, strong-arm quarterbacks who can move out of the pocket. You know, you said earlier we've seen Lewerke, we've seen Spencer Rattler, we saw J.D. Johnson.
Zach last year.
Zach
did
ran.
a nice job.
Yep. And in the middle there, they had a guy that defected that we're going to see a little bit later this season in Devin Dampier, who has worked his way into one of the top 25 high school players in the state of Arizona, but I think there's a little bit of chance for revenge there.
Well, it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
You know, each kid makes his own decision.
Absolutely.
I've seen through the years, 10 years of covering this school, you know, watching my kid and everything else. You see some kids come in and out. You know, it
absolutely.
happens. So King on the kick, and he's going to drive this deep towards the corner, and he gets it. Okay.
Woo. Close.
He's had a couple this year that just barely dribbled out of bounds.
While we have a switch over in the action here, let's thank Deca Lash, experts in eyelashes, located in the Scottsdale Promenade. House of Comedy, our neighborhood home for laughs. Visit City North's High Street to drink, dine, and laugh. And then finally, the Buffalo Spot. We are Buffalo Fries. Enjoy wings, tenders, handcrafted shakes, and our world-famous Buffalo Fries. Thank you to all three of you for being Pinnacle Pioneer sponsors.
Well, so Valley Vista, what do you do? They've experimented with a couple of different formations. And they're, folks, again, Valley Vista's 4-1 on the year. They've only had one.
I got him.
May or may not be us.
Oh, we're getting some clues over who's sitting next to us here.
The O'Rourke's.
The O'Rourke's and the Moon Valley Nursery. There's an overlap there, right?
So run over to the left-hand side. So it's going to bring up second and call it 8 or 9 for Valley Vista. 7 minutes, 57 seconds and counting. It's the fun part about doing road games. We get to do the games in the stands.
In the stands. I know,
instead
it's
of being
great.
Up on the press box.
It's actually a lot of fun being out with the fans. No doubt.
I've covered a couple, though, when you get a call that goes the wrong way.
Oh, yeah. Gets a little salty up here.
Yeah, this is a G-rated or PG-rated, please. We've had a couple of R-rated moments with ambient noise in the background.
I'm sure.
Crespin's going to unload, and that ball's almost intercepted, and somehow
it was
complete.
Caught.
Boy, I'll tell you, Dylan Frick, tough. It would have been a tough interception, but he did get his hands on it.
He did.
Great job by the receiver for Valley Vista to keep his eyes on the ball and to pull that in, though.
That was amazing. Valley Vista's looking for something to hold on to, and maybe that's a little bit of momentum for them. Because that could have gone the other way easily for another 6.
Very, very well could have. They're going to have two receivers split top left. Let's see if they're going to look that direction. They're going to motion to trips. So low snap, Crespin gets it, looks over, he gets in trouble, and he's going to go down from Lisk.
Number 99.
The dirt in the garbage can got the wheels motoring a little bit and took him down. So excellent job by Lisk. How many sacks on the year are we looking at there? That's number 3, I believe.
I think that's his 3rd. Yeah, I believe so. Which is tough to do from that middle position. As we said, he's getting a lot of double and triple teams. So
that's 3rd sack on the year, though. That's actually pretty handy.
Yeah.
Pioneers have done really well this year with tackles for losses and sacks, actually.
Actually, that is another improvement area from last year's team. They struggled with that last year, and this year we're getting a lot more penetration up front.
Big boom. Deuce is going to do a fair catch and a smart thing to do. Nice punt by Valley Vista.
They did. Yeah, that's one of the first times he didn't have a hand in his face trying to get the kickoff.
So the Pioneers now, with 6 minutes left, we got time for a couple more here?
I believe so, yeah. Let's thank Marley Sports Grill, established on the principles of providing a fun, family-friendly environment with delicious bites and beverages at affordable prices. Marley's, your Desert Ridge Sports Grill.
All right, Pioneers back on offense. And it looks like we've got, who's in at QB? Is it Horton? It looks like it's Wall. Oh, and we've got some confusion. Wall picks it back up.
No, that's Horton again.
Oh, is it Horton?
Yeah, that's Horton
again. Okay, he's going to complete it to Littman, and we have a little bit of room. Boy, that is one of the goofiest plays I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, no kidding.
And somehow we pick up 5 yards.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, right?
Every time I play golf.
Yeah. You and me both.
100%. Okay, so great job by Wyatt Horton to make, to get that ball back up and have the heads up play to get it over to Libman, and great job by Libman to pick that thing up as well. So 2nd and 6 for the Pioneers. Got a pretty nice wind starting to come up here. You may hear the wind.
May hear it a little bit.
Yep, on our broadcast. Valley Vista coming with the blitz. It's going to be a handoff up the middle.
O'Rourke.
And O'Rourke's going to pick up, we'll call it 3, maybe?
Yep, I think so. You know, it was on that busted play, it's,
maybe?
you know, when a quarterback picks up the ball, it's their instinct to run. I
Right.
loved how Wyatt reset himself, found the open man, because if he tried to run, he probably wouldn't have picked up 4, 5, 6 yards
No.
the way Miles did.
So we're going to go to an empty set here with trips right and twins left. 3-man front for Valley Vista. Let's see if they decide to bring pressure, if they're going to give Wyatt time to throw and survey the field. And we've got an offsides. You got to call that. That's going to turn third, and that might be a first down. That's going to be close.
Depends, yeah.
Going to be really close.
You know, there's a little piece of tape on the chain, and that's how you know whether you're inside 5 yards or outside 5 yards. And so when you're on the chain gang, you know exactly whether that's going to be a first down or not. But it looks like we're going to be a little bit short.
Really? Oh, that is close. No,
Oh, no, they moved it. Okay.
Yeah, they're going to move it.
They
So that's
did.
going to create a 1st and 10 for Pinnacle. Same formation, though. Not going to change much. Two deep safety look here for Valley Vista. And Wyatt does a good job with that cadence.
He does.
He's going to get people to jump once in a while. So a 3-5, almost 3-6 look on defense. They're going to send one linebacker. Wyatt's going to throw down the field, and that ball's complete over the middle.
Colson Aarons.
Yep, Aaron's down to the 10, or down to about the 14-yard line, and another nice play by the tight end, Colson Aarons, number 24. That's his 16th catch on the year. So he's, you know, right behind Deuce and Miles Libman. So-
Number 75.
Yep, so we've got Reese Marks, who's checked in at number 75 on the offensive line,
And Reese takes the place of
playing right guard.
Travis Gutierrez, who, by the way, made a tremendous block, picked up that blitz, and gave Wyatt the time to find Aarons downfield.
It's going to be a handoff over to the right-hand side. We got a little bit of room, and the ball's going to get down inside the 5-yard line.
That was Halverson.
Was it?
That was the Halverson, Spencer Halverson, who's normally the star linebacker.
They're putting him in on offense.
Putting him in
Wow.
on offense.
He's a good athlete.
Yeah, he is.
So that's going to be a 2nd and goal, I believe. A tree is blocking our view of
Yes.
the.
we experienced this the other night, too. We asked
Can't
for no
really tell.
plays down in that left-hand side, please.
Shotgun look on 2nd and goal. And pass complete over the left-hand side, and
Aarons
great
is gonna
job by
bully his
Colson
way
Aarons.
in.
Oh, that's a late hit. They going to call that? No, they're not. Colson Aarons had a word or two for the guy that hit him after he entered the end zone. But
Yeah.
So the Pioneers now at 35-0. Great job by Aarons to shake off 2 tackles and get in for that touchdown. It's all Pinnacle, folks.
That's his 2nd touchdown of the year, as I said earlier in the Horizon game. Beautiful toe tap touchdown in the back of the end zone last game for his first career touchdown, and now he finishes that play strong.
Libman down, kicks up, and good. And 36-0. Pioneers. Wow.
Well, I think the Pinnacle Pioneers have earned some Nothing Bunt Cakes. What do you think?
Yeah,
Todd?
let's talk about it.
Yeah, come to Nothing Bunt Cakes on the corner of Scottsdale Road and Frank Lloyd Wright for your next celebration. I think we should celebrate. They're up 36-0 in the first half. And then also Made to Move Nutrition and Wellness. Come work out with Jesse and crew at Made to Move, located on Scottsdale and Frank Lloyd Wright. We always make this joke. You can eat your cakes and then go work out across the street. Venture Off-Road for all your off-road modification and build needs. And then finally, Ryan Garvey Attorneys. When your freedom needs protection, experience matters. Call Ryan Garvey Attorneys.
Special teams looks good.
Everything looks good tonight.
It really does.
This is like going to a buffet. Where am I gonna fill my face?
I would agree. And we're going to get another deep kick. Yep, that's deep. That's almost at the top of the eye at the end zone.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, he's about 5 yards away from kicking it through the uprights. He's not that far off.
And what's even, I mean, obviously, Cooper King gets a lot of the recognition for the kicking. You got Miles Libman on the hold. Alan Sukup,
Oh, the long snapper.
long snapper, #1 long snapper in the country. right now.
.68 on a punt at the Coles kicking camp.
Fantastic.
The NFL average is like .72, I want to say.
Yep.
So he's going to get a lot of looks.
A lot of looks. Yeah.
Because when you have a long snapper that can get the ball that quickly and has wheels, he hit a kid so hard last week his shoe fell off.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I thought was pretty funny.
Yep.
Yeah, Sukup's a talent. Plays receiver also. I
He
think.
does, yeah, I believe so.
So here we are, Valley Vista back on offense. They're going to hand the ball off over on the left-hand side, and not a lot of room. Pickup of maybe 4 or 5.
Haugen on the tackle, along with Colson Aarons doing double duty now at defensive end.
Yeah, they're kind of switching them around a little bit, letting them get some different looks. Bring up a 2nd and 6 for Valley Vista. 2 minutes, 48 seconds left and counting in the first half, folks. If you've just tuned in, it's 36-0 Pinnacle. Second straight week we've had a huge lead at halftime.
Yeah.
And pitched a shutout, too. And they're mixing it up. High snap. And he's under pressure. Good job by Cressman to escape for a while, but they finally take him down. And who got that sack?
That was 22 again, Haugen.
Yep.
No, sorry, that was 23, Stapley.
Stapley, yeah,
Yep.
Stapley in there. Boy, it's hard to pick anything. I mean, again, Valley Vista came in 4-1. You know, they took a pretty good loss on the first week to Mountain Point. They haven't had quite as strong a schedule as what we've had.
No, and they're a 6A team, and for those who are listening on the broadcast, schools are put into different buckets based on their enrollment size.
Right.
And then if you have success at a certain level, oh, look at that tackle for loss from my boy.
The dirt in the garbage can on the tackle. That's Mason Lisk. Boy, I tell you what, though, there's wheels on that garbage can.
He can move. He can move.
He can move. That's really well done. Going to create a 4th and 12. And you got Deuce and Miles back to field the punt again. We've already taken one back. Deuce Robinson did.
But as I was starting to say, you know, the 6A, there's so much variety in that 6A bucket.
Right.
You've got your strong teams, your Chandlers, your Hamiltons, your Saguaros, and Pinnacle this year. And then you've got on some of the lower end teams like Valley Vista, but they're a big school. They've got a lot of kids.
They do.
The program will improve over time. There's no doubt.
There's no question. There's 5 teams in Arizona in the top 100 in the state.
I
mean, in the country.
In the country, yeah.
I don't think we're that far outside, truthfully, because we're ranked number 6 in the state.
Yep.
By Max Preps, which means they don't rank anything over 100 anymore.
Right.
But I bet you we're pretty close.
I bet you.
So the Pioneers are going to have great field position starting at 29. And on that punt return, I noticed something from Miles Lidman, and this is something that's really, really important. He was waving off his teammates because the ball was short, and they couldn't see it, and they were coming down a block. So really good heads-up play by Miles to let his teammates know, hey, you need to get away from that thing. So we're going to go to the Wildcat here. We got Deuce Robinson in at quarterback.
And Rucker
with Jacoby Rucker.
Side.
Yep, this will be interesting. And Deuce is going to run it over to the right-hand side. And he's going to pick up, he's hit by 2 or 3 guys at the sidelines. And Deuce is tough, though. Pops right back up. Interesting. Going to do a little Wildcat look here.
Yeah.
Well, here comes Wyatt Horton. That's one play, and the coach is like, yeah, that's enough.
There's a little dust up over here. I think that was Keenan Johnson got into a little bit of a wrestling match with the DB on the backside of the play and popped right up. And that's okay.
Gain of 7. Matt Henshaw, offensive coordinator Matt Henshaw, does a good job of mixing this up.
He does. And, you know, last year they installed the new offense. Rumor has it modeled slightly on Coastal Carolina's offense, if you've ever seen them.
I have, actually.
You know, I think it took a little bit of time for it to sink in, for it to gel, for the linemen to get a hang of it. And this year you've seen the results. Explosive. Last year we got bogged down in a lot of games. And games we should have won, actually. This year, that result is different, and it's good to see.
We got that wind tunnel effect because
it's coming.
It's starting to really, wind's starting to really blow out here. 2nd and 3 for the Pioneers. And Horton's going to look over to his left, has plenty of time. He's got all day. And he's just kind of surveying the field, and he's just going to tuck it and pick up the first down. You know, very patient, very smart choice by Horton to do that.
And what he did was he kept the pursuit, kept thinking he was ultimately going to get rid of the ball. So they didn't go to hit him, and then he just snuck right to the first down marker. So they were hesitant to come after him because they thought he was going to unload the ball, and he just said, fine, I'll take the yardage.
So they're splitting the running back, Jacoby Rucker, all the way up top with an empty look, pure spread look. And we're going to look over to the left. He's going to fire it deep to Libman, and that ball's broken up in the end zone, incomplete. Bring up 2nd and 10.
Jacoby was open, but I don't
Was
know
he?
if you saw the Broncos game last night, the end of the game.
I'm from Colorado.
There's a
originally,
lot
don't
of
remind me.
controversy around who was open, who did he see, what was the scheme. So
Yeah,
you never assume that the quarterback knows that guy is wide open because his first or second read is on the other side of the field.
You know, I think the Broncos coaching staff might want to go to YouTube and watch some of this Pinnacle
They
offense.
absolutely
Get some
should.
ideas.
They absolutely should.
Are you listening, guys? So Tripp's right. Horton's going to design rollout to his right. He's got Deuce on the outside. That's where he's going to go, is that direction. And Deuce makes
Wow.
just an incredible catch. Get off me.
I think
Get off me.
I don't know if you watch on Sunday mornings.
Holy cow,
There's a
touchdown.
segment by Randy Moss where a receiver does exactly that, and he says, "You got Moss."
Well, he did just get mossed.
Well, I think we're
You
gonna
got
have
deuced.
to. You got deuced.
You got deuced.
I think that's what we're introducing
That's
right here
exactly
now.
right.
You got deuced.
I love it. Good call, Matt. That's a great call. You didn't get mossed. You got deuced.
You got deuced.
42-0. What a catch. And you know, again, if you have a weapon like that,
Why wouldn't you
not,
use it?
Yeah, why not throw it up like that?
Yeah.
So now here comes Deuce in a little bit late for his blocking duties. Kicks down, and it's good. And that's 43-0 Pioneers. I think they might have gotten under Deuce's skin a little bit on
I
that
think
hard
so.
hit on the sideline.
Yep.
It was a little questionable.
Yep.
Don't poke the bear.
No.
Don't poke the Deuce.
Definitely not. All right, well, while we're switching over, let's thank a couple more sponsors here. Team Clean and Haul, family-run and operated waste and recycling services since 2002. Arizona Best Real Estate. Need to buy or sell a residential property? For all your real estate needs, both locally and nationwide, we are here to serve you and provide solutions. Call Leanne King at Arizona Best Real Estate today, 480-948-4711. King family, we've got Cooper King ready to kick off. You got Jet King on the freshman team.
It's good to be King.
And Leanne, it's good to be King. And Leanne is a very great sponsor of the program, so thank you to her and her company.
All right, so Cooper King in to kick again. So another shout out. What a block, George Lucky, from your cousin Sherry in Glendale. So
Nice.
shout out to you, Sherry. And Cooper King's going to get a hold of this one, and that's going to be deep again. Well, he's just tearing it up tonight.
Well, we are playing like the 6th-ranked team in the state. There is no doubt about that.
So we have somebody that was inquiring about the ref shortage. I'll tell you what, my answer to you is this: less and less people want to do it. And part of it is because they catch such a hard time.
I'll tell you, the trend is extremely vocal parents, extremely aggressive parents.
Yep.
We've seen officials get beaten up, and it's sad.
No, you have to remember that it's a game.
It is.
And the referees are out there doing their best job. And that's you were asking why is there a referee shortage? Well, it's because of some unruly parents.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yep.
So it's going to be a high snap and a jet sweep over to the left-hand side. And pickup of what? Maybe 3 or 4, I suppose.
As a matter of fact, Todd, my wife's a few rows down there. She prefers when I do the broadcast because I am one of those idiots yelling at the refs. Now, I yell. That's it.
Yeah.
And at the end of the game, I understand they did their job.
Right.
And if I was giving them a grade, I'd give them a C- or a D+. But that's their job. They do it to the best of their ability, and we have to remember that.
So a shout out to Ethan Wall, who had just a dime throw on that touchdown from his grandparents in Alto, New Mexico.
All right.
And that's going to be the end of the first half, folks. Your Pinnacle Pioneers up 43-0. All Pinnacle, and they look good. They look just incredibly good, folks. So we're going to have the parents of I forgot the first name.
Joe Libman.
Joe Libman. Okay.
Father of Miles, and prior to Miles, Marcus Libman.
Marcus, who's playing up at Columbia, actually.
Yes, he is.
So let's with other halftime stuff, I'm trying to think what else. We talked about Pinnacle being ranked 6th in the country, and I think he's coming up right here, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
All right, come on up here. You want to throw, or you want to?
I think Carl's going to give him. We can both do. Oh, he needs a minute. So while he's transitioning in, let's thank Home Care Sweet Home.
Okay.
Home Care Sweet Home is a group home where your loved one is warmly welcomed and feels at home at all times. Thank you, Home Care Sweet Home. And also Rubin Electrical. We have the Pioneer Power. Rubin Electrical. Hopefully Rubin Electrical came out here and fixed the scoreboard for Valley Vista because it wasn't working for the freshman game. So we at the time asked for Rubin Electrical to come out. Hopefully they were the ones that did the work.
All right, so let's see. We got him live. Joe, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe Libman, the father of Miles Libman, Sr., who's got multiple offers out there, and previously at Pinnacle, Marcus Libman, who's up at Columbia tearing it up. Yeah. Now, Marcus is a sophomore this year, correct?
He's actually a junior in school, but he's a sophomore in football.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and now you got Miles. He's got some big decisions coming up. He's got the offers so far. I think there was 5 that I saw. There might be more now.
Yeah, he has more. He's got about 20 in total.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But he's got ASU and UVA are the big ones.
Right.
And then he's got a bunch in the Big Sky. So NAU, Idaho State. Then he's got a bunch of the Ivies. So he's got one at Columbia, but I'm not sure if he's going to go play with his brother.
Well, all right. So then we got to go back in time a little bit when they were kids, right?
Right.
And what are they? 4 years apart? 5? 4 years apart. All right. So my older brother, same thing. I never won a single wrestling match with a brother 4 years older. I would imagine that Marcus probably didn't let Miles do that either, but who knows?
No, Marcus was nice to that.
Now, Joe, if you were making the decision as to where Miles ends up, knowing Marcus is on the East Coast, and as a parent, you want to be in both games, right? Where would you want to see him go?
I actually would like him to stay in the West Coast.
Would you?
Yeah, because a little easier on Dad, Mom for travel.
Yeah.
You know? So right now, Heather's out there because Marcus plays tomorrow.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
right.
So sometimes it's too hard to go to both games.
Right.
So I'm here supporting Miles, and then she's out there supporting Marcus.
Where is Columbia again? What city?
New York City.
New York City.
Yeah, right there
Is
in the
this
heart
right?
of it. It's
Smack
in
in it.
Manhattan.
Yeah.
Okay, I just stayed there for the first time 3 weeks ago.
Get
That's
out.
the best pizza in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Good food, good atmosphere.
Yeah.
They're having beautiful weather right now. It's nice back there.
Yeah.
So where do they play their games in?
So the campus is like 114th Street, Upper West Side.
Okay.
Then you got to go about 100 blocks to 214th. And they have this beautiful like sports complex. All the outdoor sports are there. So the football, lacrosse, soccer, baseball.
Okay.
So it's pretty nice.
I didn't realize it was New York City.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
yeah.
Actually. So I mean, coming from Phoenix, big city, but totally different.
Yeah, totally different. But Marcus loves that.
Yeah,
He
oh,
loves
sure.
the energy there, the nightlife.
Oh,
and-
yeah.
Oh, the city never sleeps, right?
And he's actually passing school, so I'm kind of proud of him.
Well, there you
right
go.
now.
Now, what's
He's passing an Ivy League school, by the way, which is like,
No, that's
you know,
a different level.
yeah.
It is. What's he want to do? What's he studying?
So right now he's in sociology.
Okay.
And he actually kind of wants to get into commercial real estate.
Does he really?
Yeah.
There you
So
go.
he wants to do that. So he's going to do some internships and stuff
Nice.
like that. And so he wants to play there, then go somewhere else and play and do his grad work there.
Okay.
And graduate and get into that.
Nice.
Fantastic.
All right. Now, how about Miles? Obviously, there's still time, right?
Yeah.
And he's got the 2 big schools, in state. Is he early in the process? Still has no idea.
Yeah. Still, he is talking to Stanford.
Okay.
And so he's been talking to them, and I think that would be his number one if we threw out a number one, just because he wants to be in California, stay out west. He still gets that great education that you get. But U of A and ASU isn't bad, right? You still get a
Right.
good education
Absolutely.
there.
100%. Yeah.
And he's got some other West Coast stuff, but I think those are his top 3 right now.
Be a Cardinal. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Now, they haven't offered yet, though, right?
They haven't offered yet.
Okay.
So he's in conversations with the coach every week, though. So hopefully something will be coming. Well, we'll have to see.
Right.
That's fantastic.
Well, good.
How about the regime change at ASU? Has that changed Miles's opinion of the future of the program, and is he interested in it? Or?
Well, he's definitely interested, and actually he's going to the game tomorrow.
Oh,
so,
great,
So
great.
Coach Bobby Wade invited him to the game, so he's going to go tomorrow and stuff.
Nice.
And they're just trying to see what kind of atmosphere it is and see what's happening there. I think they're trying to do some things to get back on track, which is good.
Coach Iguano is a good coach.
He is, and he's a player's coach, and the guys really like him, and he's from here, so he understands people and their attitudes and stuff. So
I think it's cool that they got a high school coach from Arizona, that went in as just running backs coach. Typically, he's the O coordinator, D coordinator.
Right.
And they elevated him to give him a shot. But I think it's more about his leadership, because he turned that Chandler program around.
Yeah, and I think, all the athletes, they respect him, right?
100%.
Yeah, and so I think when you're trying to bring a program
culture
back,
thing they get involved with, it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. So when you're reviving a program, you got to make sure that the players bought in, and I think they buy into what he's talking about. So
we'll see. Season's end, if they retain him or what they're going to do.
Right, and they might, even if he's not the head coach, he might stay on staff just to.
I think
bring people in.
He is. I heard this, and I'm not sure who I heard it from, so don't quote me 100% on this. But I think he made the deal that look, if you end up hiring somebody else, I get to be the assistant head coach and stay here. I heard that. I can't verify. I'm trying to remember, but it was might have been Eric last week that told me that. Somebody gave me that news, and I'm like, well, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Because he was there for 4 years anyway, right?
Right.
So, well, good. So the two kids, obviously Miles is loving the senior year. Yep. So you got to see you're on year number 8 of you would be on year number 8 of watching varsity games at Pinnacle, right?
Yes.
Because Marcus, he was playing up as a sophomore, if memory serves.
Well, he played at the end of the year up as a sophomore.
That's right.
So, they kind of kept that JV team together. That was JD, Tosh, Marcus.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So he kind of brought all of them up.
Spencer and JD, and then senior year JD, correct?
Right.
Okay, that's right. I remember.
Yeah.
So compare this year's team to all 7 years in the past.
That's tough. Well, actually, this team is they're really good. The thing is this 2023 class has been really talented, right? And I coached them as freshmen. I was the offensive coordinator for the freshman team back then.
Oh, you were? That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which year was that? 2000.
That was that 19?
2019. Okay.
Yeah, 19. Fall of 19. And so we knew we had a lot of athletes. And, and we won a lot of games then. Mm-hmm. And then what happens is some of those guys play varsity their sophomore year, and some play JV.
Yep.
And so they start splitting up. But this class as a whole is a really talented class. So,
strong.
Which is a lot like that 2020 class, which had a lot of talent in there too.
It did.
So there are some similarities there, which will be fun to see. These guys, because of their quarterback situation, seem like they're going to grow and get better every game. And the difference was JD came in and he was already kind of a star. Right. But this class, as Wyatt and Ethan both get more reps and stuff, they're going to continue to get better. So I'm looking for this team to continue to get better and improve, and it should be fun when we get to game 8, 9, 10, and get into the playoffs.
After this week, the sledding gets tougher, obviously.
Yep.
Now, we beat a good Queen Creek team, and we beat them handily.
Yes.
Yep.
And Queen Creek can play.
Yeah, they can.
Horizon not as tough. Valley, you'd have to look at our schedule and see the easiest 2 games are probably tonight and last week, right, with Horizon.
Right.
When we get into the league schedule with Highland and with Saguaro, and the sledding is going to get tougher without a doubt.
It will.
But that being said, school record is held by Spencer back in his junior year when he had a 132. And then he's got the second at 124. So right now, as it stands, Wyatt, with his decision-making and weapons. Listen, you're throwing to Deuce, you're throwing to Miles. You got 2 D1 receivers. I don't know if I've ever seen 2 D1 receivers on a Pinnacle roster.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Not to that level. I mean,
right.
Not quite as talented with Deuce, but that the decision-making that you're seeing on the field, and he's getting plenty of time. So it's props to the entire offense. It really is.
Right, and our offensive line has done a great job this year. And we knew they were going to be a good offensive line, so this is good.
Yeah.
And then Jacoby's running the ball well, so that
yeah.
also takes a little pressure off the quarterback. So there's a lot of good chemistry things that are happening that, will make this pretty interesting when we get down the road.
Well, and again, the sledding gets tougher. I mean, Liberty week 2. I went back and watched. I missed all 3 of those games. I was out of town, so I went and watched them all on YouTube. Liberty's the real deal. They play. Who do they play tonight? They've got
Basham.
Yeah, they play Basham, which should be a
Number 2
great
and 3 in the state.
Yeah, which should be a great. I mean, right now, if I look at it, I think Liberty is probably the best team in the state.
I would agree with you.
I saw Chandler play, and they're very good, but Liberty is very sound. They're fundamental. They're aggressive. They play fast. All the things that you want a good football team to do, and they do it.
Yep.
Well, okay, so we're ranked number 6 in the state right now with Max Preps, and we'll see what happens with the Open. But, we still have on the schedule Highland, who is right around our ranking somewhere, maybe one below and some one up. So that's going to be a tough game.
Yep.
Well, they're all going to be tough. Don't get me wrong, but you got to circle Saguaro and Highland as the main two. So our future for the playoffs this year and what happens, whether we're 6A or open, is really, I think, going to come down. And then Chaparral, next week is when the kids, all the transfers, and those East Valley schools seem to just come up with all kinds of transfers every year.
Right, they get tougher as the midweek get out.
It really does. Yeah. Oh, gee, we had an entire busload of kids come in. Where'd they come from? I don't know. Wow, but we got all new starters on the line.
Yeah, they all came in from Hawaii. They finally came across.
Right. I don't know. But it's going to be interesting to watch because I think our division is pretty wide open. I really do.
Yeah, I think so. I think the good thing is we've had these games up until this point to kind of prepare and get better.
Right.
And then we get into the meat of our schedule. And I think, the guys are gelling well. They're understanding each other. These first couple games, it's been good for everybody to get in the mix and be playing. And we'll see what happens.
Well, we got some depth, too.
Yeah.
Jacoby's great back. O'Rourke looks good.
Yep. Looks really good.
With Ethan Horton and Ethan Wall.
Ethan Horton, you had his quarterback.
Right.
You got it.
Wyatt Wall and Ethan Horton now. Wyatt Horton and Ethan Hall. They're both talented.
Yes.
Both.
Yeah.
And
they bring a little bit of different dimension.
100%.
Right? I mean, Wyatt's got a good arm, but Ethan definitely has a bigger arm, and Wyatt definitely can move and make something happen.
Well, we'll see. You have to wait till the end of the year, to see how this current squad ranks with some of the best teams. And I started doing this in 2012. My kid graduated in 2014. He played so I've been around this program for quite a while now, 10, 11 years. Yeah. And I will tell you that I think this one's in the top 3 for sure, from what I've seen so far.
Right.
And I think it has a chance to be top to bottom, the best. You have stars, obviously, but the kids that aren't necessarily D1 10 offer stars are still good players.
Right.
So I think we have a shot this year.
We do.
And those teams that are all ranked above us, I look at Chandler, I look at Liberty got us.
They got us early though.
They did. And they caught us on a night where they were hitting on all cylinders, and from what I saw in film, we weren't.
We weren't, yeah, for sure.
Yep.
If we're hitting on all cylinders, I think we can play with anybody in the state. I do.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Absolutely. We've got the weapons, and really it's pick your poison. Because if you're going to bracket deuce like what Horizon is trying to do, you're going to leave somebody wide open.
Yep.
If you're going to go single high on your safety, you're in trouble because either Miles or Deuce is going to take you down deep, one of the two. You can run 2 go routes with the protection. Pick your poison because we're going one way or the other.
Right. Somebody will be open.
Right.
The other nice thing about this group is they're a tight-knit group, right?
Yeah,
these guys have been playing together for 4 years, but I mean, if you ever just watch how they are just as people and stuff, they're a tight-knit group and they love being around each other, and that makes a big difference when you get later on in the season.
100%, because we haven't had a close game yet.
Yeah.
We haven't. We've won in a blowout every game except for one where we lost in a blowout.
Right.
So sooner or later, and I think you're going to see when we play the Saguaros and when we play the Highlands, I think it's going to be pretty competitive.
Oh, definitely.
And I think we've got, who else? We've got, with our schedule, I think.
Saguaro, Brophy. We got Brophy,
yep.
Centennial.
Chaparral, Centennial.
And Chaparral. Yep.
Yeah. There's nothing easy after this.
No. Every game will be a tough game. And the nice thing is, if we can keep this momentum going and we believe we're going to win the games, there's no reason why we can't.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the nice thing about this group. So.
Well, and they're playing disciplined, very disciplined this year. Credit to Dana and credit to Coach Henshaw and Angel, and everybody else that's involved, because I've seen less penalties, I think, this year than on any varsity squad that I've covered in 10 years.
Yeah.
And really more balanced on defense and offense.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going from the 3-man front to the 5-man front, and having the Halverson as the star backer, I guess, that's making all those different adjustments is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then on offense, too, same thing. You saw it. And Matt's doing a great job. It's like, all right, you're going to try to take Deuce out of the game? Colson Aarons, come here. Let me have a conversation with you. Or Mac, go run on the really, it's pick your poison on how to stop them.
Yeah, and you saw that last game against Horizon. I think all 5 starting skilled guys scored.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's a nice job of spreading it out, and if you're going to take this away, we're going to get that, and vice versa. So they're doing a nice job mixing it up.
That's what I've been so impressed. Obviously it starts there, but the decision making. You can have all the talent in the world. If you're going to being a quarterback at a school like this, you've got to have the decision making. And for a 10th grade kid, a sophomore, and Ethan too as a junior, both of them, I'm looking at this going, man, these kids get it.
Yeah, and every week they're getting better. They're getting more confident. They're getting, and as they're running their plays, they're recognizing a little bit earlier, which is, it's going to go a long way.
Well, and Ethan, you just saw on that throw to Miles.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a dart.
Yeah, he threw that thing on a line,
Yeah.
and he threw it when it was supposed to be thrown and where it was supposed to be thrown.
Yeah, it was perfect. I mean, he didn't break stride, I don't think.
No,
You know, and that's not an easy throw to make when you got a speedster like that.
Right, and if you throw that thing too high, then the safety comes over and bats it down. If you throw it too early, you don't allow him to get open. So Ethan threw that one right on time.
And I saw Wyatt I think it was Horizon last week, 55 yards in the air.
Yeah.
He unloaded that thing from the 46.
He did.
Deuce caught it right at the goal line, about a yard. And what was cool is I was watching, as we were calling the play, I was watching Deuce. Deuce literally was either step by step or a yard behind the DB. And from the 20 to the goal line, all of a sudden he's a yard or two. He's got a sixth gear.
Yeah, he does.
It's not fair.
And the nice thing is Wyatt trusted it, and Deuce stayed with it. A lot of times what you'll see a receiver kind of give up thinking, oh, he outran the quarterback's arm. Deuce trusted it, and Wyatt just threw it out there and said, hey, go get it, and he did.
I've seen, here's something you've seen too with Tosh Baker. Pinnacle just loads up on left tackle every year. I mean, the linemen are great. They're all great. But, Tosh, obviously a rare talent. Eli, same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, where do you grow these 6'6", 6'7", 300-pound kids with arms past their knees with a reach? It's insane to me.
It's part of the test you got to take to come in. If you want to play left tackle at Pinnacle, you got to be 6'4" as a freshman, and we'll go from there.
Oh, did you? Now, so you were coaching the freshman. You had Eli as a freshman then.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, and a lot of work. Talk about that a little bit, because you see the finished product by the time these linemen, that might be the position that's the hardest to see the field early when you're that age.
Right. I hate to do this, but I got to give a little credit to Danny Baker.
Oh, yeah.
I hate doing it, but Danny does a great job just developing those guys and getting them to understand what it takes. And it takes a couple years to understand what you're doing as a lineman. And it starts with the feet, right? From the footwork and all the other stuff and hand placement. And Danny does a great job at the freshman level on that. And, Eli's a product of that. You see that.
Yeah,
well,
for sure.
and Danny, of course, father of Tosh Baker, and Luke Baker, who's looking great on defense.
Oh, yeah.
Luke's playing well.
Playing very well.
I'm a former DB, so when I watch this, I'm like, oh, yeah. Okay, he's got footwork down. I mean, he's doing a great job.
We talked about bloodlines. Right, we talked about the Franklins. We talked about the Fricks. We talked about the Kings. There's, by the way, there's a little Libman. So Joe is not going anywhere.
Oh, you got another one.
I do.
There's a younger one.
I got a
too.
7th grader right now that's at Explorer, and he'll probably be bigger than Marcus and Miles. So we like him the best right now.
Marcus, are you listening up in Columbia? It's Friday night in New York, and you're 3 hours ahead, so you should be in bed.
I was going to say, he's got a game tomorrow. He better be in bed.
Yeah.
Mom, we sent Mom out there to make sure that he's in bed. Right.
And Mom does a tremendous amount of work with the team in getting them coordinated, fundraising, making sure the kids have all their stuff.
Oh, yeah.
We had these awesome fatheads that were holding up for all the seniors at the Horizon game, and Heather is a huge component of that. So, the Lemon family here is true pioneers. They are true pioneers.
Yeah.
Well, it's fun. Enjoy it. Well, you got another one. See, I had 2 kids. My daughter obviously didn't, so I only had one son that went through the program, and boy, that was fun.
Yeah.
Junior, senior years when you're watching him, and he was the same year as Brian Lewerke's senior year. That was a good team.
Yeah, that was a good team,
that
too.
2014 team could play. They really could. We're deeper, where I've seen the program grow. And this year, I don't know, Spencer's junior or senior year and JD's senior year, those 2 years, they were loaded.
They were
loaded. But this year, though, this could end up being, we'll see. We'll see. But this could be the best Pinnacle team I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, as long as they put it together, the big thing is being healthy at the end. If you remember, Spencer's senior year, he had the issue, right? And then so we brought in JD, and that team was humming that whole time.
And then JD went down.
And then JD went down, and that team was humming the whole time. So if we can keep, luckily we have 2 quarterbacks this year with Wyatt and Ethan.
That's a great point. Yeah.
But, if we can keep those guys healthy and, keep Miles and Deuce and Jacoby and Eli and all the linemen healthy, I think we've got a good shot.
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you this, and this is where I'll go out on a limb, and it's no disrespect to any other player that's ever played here. but the best athlete I've ever seen at Pinnacle High School, without a question, and one of the best I've ever seen on a football field in high school, happens to play for us, number 2. What he can do with his size is insane. And it's just, I don't know the kid. I've heard he's a great kid.
He is a good kid. Him and Miles are really tight. And,
are they good buddies?
Yeah, so he spends a lot of time at the house, and he's a great kid.
And it's no disrespect to Spencer or Tosh or any of the other kids that have played here, but what you're watching with Deuce is, it's a once-in-a-generation thing that a high school sees a kid like that.
Yeah.
So
it'll be interesting what he does when past high school and stuff like that, and see how he develops.
When Eli announced that he was going to USC, Twitter exploded because they thought they were going to get the 2-for-1. They thought Eli was going to influence Deuce to come. So they're all like, Deuce Robinson next. They're all waiting for Lincoln Riley to throw up the peace sign on Twitter so that they know that they got a big recruit. So
well, I know he's looking at him pretty
heavily. He is looking at him.
SC's in Deuce's top 5, we'll say, and so he's still trying to figure out where he's going to feel most comfortable.
All right. So. Now, do you still have the coaching hat on, or are you done?
Well, now I'm coaching at the youth level.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So Pinnacle has a feeder called Storm.
Yep.
So I'm coaching there. So I have to coach the little one. My wife said, you're not coaching high school as long as we have a littler one playing.
Yeah.
So I went back down there. But it's a great program because I get to take some of the things that we've done doing at Pinnacle High School and bring it down to the Storm level. And so these guys at the Storm level are running a lot of the things that Pinnacle does just at a smaller scale.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I was able to do the youth football coaching thing for a number of years, and it's huge. If you get those kids at 7th and 8th grade, and especially, we didn't have a feeder team. Our kids scattered, but if you're able to do that and incorporate some of the schemes and the different things that they're doing, it's awesome.
Yeah. And it just helps with the general knowledge of football for these kids and stuff and kind of understanding what's going on.
Well, it's just the impression you can give them, because if they get quality coaching in that 7th and 8th grade year, they've got a huge advantage when they enter that high school program. They really do.
And then the other thing is, we use all Pinnacle's facilities, so there's a comfort level, right?
Yeah.
They come on as a freshman, they feel like I've been here for 3 years.
Yeah. No, that's
right.
true.
So all of a sudden they're at home, and that makes a big difference too.
Now, what league is the Storm in? Is it?
So it's called NYS.
Yeah, that's where we coach too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And that's NYS. It's grown. It does a pretty good job.
Yeah.
They've got. Now, do you go to San Diego to play in the national playoffs at all? Or?
So we haven't done that. So before it used to be AYF, right? And you'd go to Florida.
Okay.
And so now we came back to NYS, and so we'll see, if they're going to go to Colorado or San Diego and do the thing there, and see what happens there.
Nice. All right. Well, hey, thanks for hanging out with us.
Hey, it's been fun.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's been fun. Your neighbor's with one of my buddies, VJ. So VJ did a game here last year. Him and the boy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he did a varsity game with me once, but. Say hello to Marcus. So shout out to you, Marcus, on replay because he's going to watch later.
Yeah, Marcus, hopefully you're in bed and it's a replay thing.
Get in bed, kid, if you're not.
That's right. No, thanks for it. Thanks for the time. It was great.
All right, man. Thanks so much.
Yep.
Thanks, Joe.
Hey, congrats on, and we'll look forward to seeing number 3 here soon, too.
Okay, we'll see what happens with it.
Yeah. Awesome. It's my 10th year on the mic. They can't kick me out of here, so maybe I'll be around when your kids are.
That's right.
All right, Joe.
All right, thank you. Thanks.
All right, on that note, folks, that's Joe Libman. Miles' father and Marcus's father, so that's another one of the bloodlines. So getting ready to come out, and I did get one question. Once again, folks, if you want to shout out, it's 623-687-6003. Please don't call me. I've had that happen before. Please send a text. Text 623-687-6003. Somebody asked, what's the difference between the Open and 6A? So here's the difference. In the state of Arizona, when it comes playoff time, they started having an open division, which meant the top 8 teams of any division, 6A, 5A, or 4A, would qualify for the open division. And then from there, the rest of the teams would have 6A championships, 5A championships, and 4A championships. So, in years past, you've had mostly 6A schools. Let's say 6 of the 8 that qualify for the Open are 6A
Generally
schools.
6 or 7,
then you'll have a 5A team. The best 5A team will get in.
Yep.
And that's to figure out the best of the best. Because it used to be you'd have the same schools pretty much dominate some smaller divisions. So here comes the kickoff to the Pioneers in the second half, and it's going to be out of bounds. So Pinnacle will start off on offense with a 43-0 lead. And we didn't have a chance to do a lot of sponsor shout-outs.
We're pretty good. We're in good shape. So let's thank Arena Sports Grill, proud sponsors of the 2022-2023 Pinnacle football program. Upper Crust, feeding Pinnacle football teams since 2010. They do a tremendous job. I know they feed the freshman team. I believe they feed the JV team as well. Thank you, Upper Crust. And then Cimarron River Company, your premier destination for Native American jewelry and Southwest home decor. Thanks all for your sponsorship of the Pioneers program.
All right, so we have Ethan Wall in at quarterback for the Pioneers. Starts the second half. That's Jacoby Rucker in the backfield. And it's going to be a quick pass over the left-hand side to Deuce. It's complete, and Deuce is going to get first down yardage still on his feet all the way up to the 46-yard line.
You know, Todd, we were talking about the open, 6A, 5A. One of the schools that was really the genesis or the push for the open was Saguaro. Saguaro used to be a 5A team.
4A.
They were 4A. That's right. That's right. They were 4A dominant. They dominated every school at their level.
Right.
Then they move up to 5A. They dominate every school at that level. Then they're like, okay, well, why don't you play the big boys?
Yeah.
You either move up to 6A or we're going to create this structure called the open where you're going to get a shot at them. And they actually held their own. They've since been moved up to 6A because their enrollment increased.
Well, they won it all last year.
Yeah, and they won it all.
Jacoby Rucker is going to get maybe a yard on that, possibly.
And I think we're going to see them in 4 weeks, if I remember correctly. So I think it's Chaparral next week on the road. Brophy at home is the homecoming game for us. Then it's Saguaro at home. Then I believe it's, I think we finish with Highland and Centennial, if I remember correctly. Highland's going to be at home, and I think Centennial's on the road.
I just found out I'm going to be out of town for that Brophy game. So.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, fly solo. So Ethan in shotgun. Second 9, it's going to be Rucker up the middle, and Trucker Rucker's going to pick up about 7, I believe. 6, maybe.
And I don't know if you caught the Sports Illustrated article.
I did.
Did you? So for the benefit of the folks on the stream that are listening, go check out the SI article, Sports Illustrated article. People actually still do read SI. It's not as much of a get sent home kind of paper publication, but it's online, so they publish a lot of articles. They did one on Arizona high schools and sort of the transfers. Because here in Arizona we have open enrollment, so you can go to any school anywhere as long as you can get there.
Yeah.
And that's created a little bit of a Wild West in terms of athletics.
I hate it, but
I do too.
You know, Ethan Wall's going to throw, and that ball's complete down to the 34-yard line.
Yep.
So 1st and 10 for the Pioneers.
That was Mac Richards on the reception.
You know, we've had some kids transfer in here. We've had some kids transfer out.
Yep.
But we are not one of those schools that loads up every year with 10 new kids.
No.
Which I'm glad. I'm not sure I'd announce if it was that way. I hate that.
Yeah, I know.
I just hate it.
I know. And, it'll be interesting because next week, of course, we do the program-wide matchup with Chaparral.
Right.
Chaparral's freshman team was one that was focused on in that article.
I know. I read it. I did. So up the middle for 3.
So it'll be interesting to see. They've been running over everybody so far, the Chaparral freshman team, because they were an entire youth team from somewhere out this way in the valley.
South.
Oh, was it south?
It was the far southwest.
Was it Goodyear, maybe?
I think it was.
Okay.
Far southwest.
Yeah, and they're trucking those kids, 45 minutes one way to get to school.
Yeah, it's
a disservice to the kids. It's a disservice to the.
It's a touchy subject.
Yeah.
But I'm not a fan.
No, I'm not either. I agree with you.
So 2nd and 9 for the Pioneers. Wall in the shotgun. And we're gonna get another run up the middle by Rucker. Makes a good move, and there's Trucker Rucker. We knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. The bowling ball had to come out sooner or later. Yeah, nice run. He's a talented back.
He is. And, when we talk about linemen, their measure of success is a pancake where they get their defensive line mate and they knock him down to the ground. Jacoby's built the same way. He wants that pancake. Yeah. He wants that contact. He wants to knock that kid over, and he just did that.
And another run by Rucker. Nice cut up,
He fumbled it.
Ball on the ground. And we
Looks
might
like we
have
got
a turnover. Let's see.
There's lots of interim refs there pointing in different directions. Let's see.
It goes. So,
yeah, they did.
So Jacoby with a rare fumble, and the Monsoon with 7 minutes and 45 seconds left. And we are on the running clock now. So it's 43-0, which means that you do have a running clock. Pinnacle's going to come out on defense, and we're going to be seeing some new numbers here soon, I would think.
Let's see. We already are starting to see some of those. So
Yeah.
number 66 is in the middle.
That's Yoder, I believe.
Yoder. Yep, Ryan Yoder.
Yep.
He's taking the place of my son, Mason Lisk.
Yep.
And then we've got on the far end, I can't see the number. It looks like Juan Calamara. Nope, sorry, that's Brady Ponce on the right-hand side.
Yep. Still in. High snap, and that ball's on the ground. Are we going to get another? I think he covered up on it, though. So the QB for Valley Vista, another high snap. They've had problems with that tonight. Defense pitching another shutout.
Yeah, so far. We got Taidi is in number 28 at linebacker.
There we go. Good athlete.
Good athlete.
Great
Used to be a running back at the lower levels.
He was, yeah.
Looks like we've got number 42, which is Jackson Steiner, 5'11", 200-pound junior, is in the lineup.
Okay. Well, we've got down in distance again. It's hiding. It's either second or third and forever. And they're going to under pressure. That's going to be a safety.
I think that's a safety.
That's going to be a safety by the Pioneers, and what a fantastic job and a great hit coming in. And I think that was number 20.
I think it was 28. It was Taidi.
Was it Taidi?
I believe so. Yeah.
It sure was. And boy, what a great job coming off that edge to get that safety. So the Pioneers now go up 45-0 with 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Boy, he shot out of a cannon. He came in there so quickly.
I mean, you know, it takes you a while to get on the field if you're on the second string. You get in there, you want to make an impact. You want to show that you're just as good as the guy in front of you. Ty made a huge impression right there.
So we got a shout out to Eli Page from his Nana in Pennsylvania.
Ah, hey, Nana.
Thank you
Nana,
so
why
much.
didn't he get an offer from Penn State? That's what I want to know. I'm a Penn Stater. I want Eli playing left tackle at Penn State, but congrats to Eli for that big acceptance at USC. I think he's going to be a tremendous asset to that program.
Hey, we got another one here. Chris Capolini, Pinnacle class of 2022, now playing for Lake Forest College.
Yeah.
How you doing, Chris? So he has a shout out to everyone at Pinnacle, and he's talking about bloodlines.
Oh, nice.
He's got Alex Capolini from way back in 2010, who was an all-state quarterback at Pinnacle.
Look at that.
And Nick Capolini, a wide receiver at Pinnacle, class 2012.
Awesome.
That's a good call.
That
there.
is a great call.
All right, Chris. I like that. Thank you.
I know Lake Forest is a big landing spot for several Pioneers. I know they do a great job recruiting here in the Valley.
They do. Yeah, there's quite a few kids that go out there.
Yep.
There's a shout out to Wyatt Horton from grandparents Noni and Papa Curtis in Prescott, Arizona.
Prescott, beautiful part of the state.
And here we go. O'Rourke's going to get it at 35 up to 40. Got a little bit of room to the 50. He's in the open. Look out, folks. Turns on the jets. He's going to make it all the way down to the 33-yard line. Wonderful return by Mason O'Rourke. He bobbled it, but you know when that happens, what do? You pick it up and you make a
you
pay.
run. Exactly.
Great return by Mason O'Rourke.
And you could hear the O'Rourke family here. They're approving of that kick return for sure. While we're switching up here.
You need to just tell them to be a little louder.
Let's thank Spine Fit Chiropractic and Rehabilitation. They are proud to maintain athletes' top physical condition, relieve pain, and restore wellness. And also, Best Home Appliances at the corner of Tatum and Bell is your local Pinnacle family-owned source for luxury appliances. Thanks to both of you for being Pinnacle Pioneer sponsors.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10 Pioneers from the 28, I guess. And got Wyatt Horton back in at quarterback. And here comes Jacoby Rucker. And he's going to rumble, stumble for about 7,
Yeah,
I want to say.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
So O'Rourke checking in at running back. Nice job by Jacoby. Pick up good yardage. Give us a 2nd and 4. Folks, there's 3 minutes, 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Pinnacle is up 45-0. Second week in a row we put the running clock on a team. Last week we did the same to Horizon.
We did.
And it's going to be a handoff to O'Rourke up the middle, who nice burst to pick up a first down. That nice run, probably about, gosh, I want to say 10 yards. He hits the hole quick.
He does.
Deep. The running back position is pretty deep with both of those kids in there.
Yeah. And we saw Halverson got the ball earlier in the first half, so.
Another good athlete.
Yep.
So some more new kids checking in. That's number 87, Sukup, who's your long snapper, checking in at wide receiver.
We've also got number 81, Keenan Johnson, who I think got a shout out before.
Yep. So Horton at quarterback. You've got Mason O'Rourke At running back, split up top, number 17 is Luke Hoover. And it's going to be O'Rourke again up the middle. Not as much room here. Good job holding on to the ball. He had 3 or 4 kids on him pretty quickly.
You might say he had a monsoon. He ran into a monsoon.
You're pretty witty with that. You know? I like that.
We got to keep it light.
Yeah, you did. That's a good one. A monsoon.
You know, it's tough. It's 45-0. We run out of stuff to talk about sometimes,
yeah.
Todd, you know?
Back in college, I'll tell you the sport that was hard to do. I used to do over-the-air radio baseball.
Over-the-air radio baseball.
Yeah, high school. It is brutal. It's brutal.
That's got to be tough.
I mean, you're coming up with anything to talk about. And another strike on that moment. Boy, folks, it sure is hot today. It's 85. Second and 10. And O'Rourke's got a little room. Nice run, following his blocks really well. It's going to pick up, we'll call it 5, 6, maybe 7. Let's see here. We're going to be at 3rd and probably 4. So about a 6-yard pickup for Mason O'Rourke.
1:15 left in the third quarter. As Todd said earlier, when you get up 42-0 in a game, the clock runs regardless of the play result. So
that right side of the line, Reese Marks, nice job blowing open a hole. You had the right tackle, number 70. That was Gutierrez.
Yep.
Actually. So really nice job by both of them.
Looks like
and Frankie Gleish is in it.
He's
right
still
tackle.
in there. Yep,
doing well. So 3rd and 4. It's going to be a handoff over the left-hand side, and it's going to be close.
It's going to be close.
Yeah, I don't think he quite got there. It's going to be close.
Looks like they're going to mark him.
4th and 2.
2, yep.
Now, they're going to kick a field goal? I mean, that keep the offense on the field.
Well, I think they're going to run the quarter out is what they're going to do here.
Yeah.
If I had to imagine.
Well, at this point, you don't want any injuries, right?
And it's 22 seconds left, so it should be, what's the play clock on? Actually, we can run out the clock without snapping the ball.
14, 13, 12. Yeah, it's going to be 4th and 2 from the 10-yard line for the Pioneers, up 45-0. And that'll take us to the end of the third quarter.
Which gives us a chance to thank a few more sponsors here. American Valet Company, a trusted parking management company serving businesses across the Southwest since 1980. Santucci Orthodontics, accomplished professionals dedicated to making your smile a healthy reflection of you. Live life smiling. In-N-Out Burger, our local burger joint at Desert Ridge Marketplace. Quality you can taste and where quality counts. Stoats Equipment, our vision to be the best equipment dealer in the world, now celebrating 75 years. The Horton Team, Platinum Living Realty. The Horton Team is a proud sponsor of Pinnacle Football. If you're looking to buy or sell a property, put our 20-plus years of experience to work for you. Call, email, or text Matt Horton, 480-227-3311. That's 480-227-3311. Rowdy Hair, Rowdy by Choice, certified sustainable full-service salon and spa, studio conveniently located in Desert Ridge. And then finally, Paradox Video Productions. Paradox Video Productions, video and digital marketing for your business. Reach them at paradoxvideoproductions.com. Thank you.
Here we go. So please text instead of calling. It's 623-687-6003 for a shout-out. But I did have caller ID, and I'm going to pick on somebody.
Uh-oh.
I just got a call from Kate Horton. older brother to Wyatt. Look at that. He's calling again.
There he is.
That's pretty funny. Kicks down for the field goal, and it's up, and it's good. So King converts his 3rd field goal of the year, and we're up 48-0. Kate will give you a shout-out on that, but I can't answer the phone. So we're a little busier at the moment.
Kate, your brother's knocking it out of the park tonight, buddy.
So 48-0 Pioneers, and we've got another shout-out. Let's see. I got to hang up on Cade before I do anything. So shout-out to number 27, Mason O'Rourke, and Coach John Reed. Much love from your boy Drew in Texas.
Drew in Texas checking in.
Texas is in the house.
All right.
All right. So
let's thank TNA Landscape and Hardscape Designs, home of grading, leveling, pool excavation, footing reinforcement, paver installs, and more. This is my favorite tagline. Don't be sod. We're here now. Liberty GMC. Liberty GMC is your one-stop resource for all automotive purchases and repairs. Make sure to ask for your Pinnacle football discount. I'm going to head right there and ask for my discount.
You're killing me, Smalls.
And then let's sneak one more in here. Chula Seafood, fresh fish in the desert, fish market, restaurant, and bar now open at Hayden and Thompson Peak. Thanks to all of you for being sponsors of the Pinnacle Pioneer program.
All right, so King to kick off from the 40. Let's see if he can get a field goal off this. He's got the wind at his back.
Oh! He got it.
Boy, he out of the end zone. He kicked that out of the end zone. If he was a little bit right, that would have been close.
Right
that
through
would
the
have been
goalpost.
really close. Kid's got a leg.
He does.
Good to be king.
It absolutely is. All right, now we're starting to see a lot of the
We're
new
gonna see-
numbers out there.
Yeah, so you help me out with that if you
All
would.
right, yeah, I don't mind.
I've got old eyes. Let's see if I can.
So do I. All right, so we've got number 30, Ethan Lanise, 6 foot, 170-pound sophomore checking in at defensive back. We've got number 14, Sam Smith, 5'9", 170-pound junior. Looks like he's in at DB. Let's see, number 20, Jovan Hacker, 5'9", 160-pound senior in at defensive back.
Quick pass over to the right-hand side for the Monsoon is complete, and they're going to pick up. Oh, he's still on his feet. That's a good, tough run by that back. They've got Pringle in their backup quarterback now. That's number 7 for Valley Vista.
And Cooper King, who just, I think, was in on that tackle, is now out there as a defensive back.
Did you get everybody on D?
No, I think I've got to do, let's see.
Number 30? You got 30,
I got
right?
30, I got 14, I got
35?
35 I did not do. That's
Kozak.
Kozak, Jacob Kozak, 5'11", 185-pound junior.
Okay.
Looks like up front we've got number 53, Gabriel Lopez, 6'2", 240-pound junior.
Nice. 4-man front for the Pioneers, almost 5, and they're going to run it. Oh, no, it's a QB keeper. He's got some speed. Good tough run by their QB. He's going to pick up a first down.
We've also got number 42, Jackson Steiner in at linebacker, 5'11", 200-pound junior.
Okay.
Up front, we still, Taiti's still in the game. We had Ryan Yoder, who we mentioned earlier. Number 60, Caden Paulson, 6'1", 240-pound senior.
Okay.
Is in as
Perfect.
well. I think I got them all covered.
Wonderful. So 1st and 10 Monsoon, running clock in effect at 48-0, 8 minutes, 27 seconds and counting in the game left. Then all Pioneers tonight. Backup quarterback is Pringle in for Valley Vista, who just got their first down. And it's going to be another read option. This time they go over to the edge. Good job by the Pioneers. The corner came up and really did a nice job. That's Lanise. Ethan Lanise, number 30, came up and turned that to the inside and did a great job.
He did a really great job. Quick to the ball.
That's key when you're out on the edge like that. You got 10 buddies in the middle, and that's where you don't want it to go outside. You want it to go back to your buddies.
Exactly. Well, this clock's running, so this is going to be a quick second half for sure.
That's 2 games in a row.
Yeah.
Well, after this, the sledding gets tougher.
It gets much tougher.
Much tougher.
Chaparral next week at the varsity level, not quite as talented. They lost a lot graduating seniors last year.
Complete. Well, it all depends if they have 42 transfers that are going to be eligible.
Yes, that's exactly right. So we'll see what happens there, but winnable game for sure. I think
it's going to be the whole division is going to be tough. I think any team's capable of beating any other team in the division.
Agreed. Yep.
And that includes us.
Exactly. And I think the nugget that my son shared is that Coach Zupke, in his illustrious career, has never won a road game at Chaparral.
This would be a good year to do it.
This would be a good year to do it.
So 4-man front for the Pioneers. Going to roll to the right. And QB's looking to, he does throw. And that ball's intercepted. Great job and good coverage by the Pioneers. Who got that? 31?
33.
Oh, it's King again.
Cooper King.
It's good to be King. 2 weeks in a row, Cooper King has a pick. Are you kidding me? I happen to know that Zupke loves to have kickers who are athletic and play other positions too. He loves it.
He
loves all his kickers, but when you can put him out at corner and he gets a pick 2 weeks in a row, that's great.
And I'll give a shout out here to the freshman team. There's a young gentleman on the freshman team, number 8, Alex Lugo. The sequence on Wednesday night here was he ran 60-something yards for a touchdown.
Wow.
He's the place kicker, so he had to kick the extra point, and then he does kickoffs. So he didn't get a chance to breathe in the first drive.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a handoff up the middle. It looked like there was a low snap. And Ethan Wall in at quarterback, number 18. That was O'Rourke on the carry.
We're starting to see some new receivers coming in here too, Todd. Number 84, Jack Bridgeford, 6'1", 160-pound sophomore. So the Pinnacle program is doing a great job of
Trying to get a lot of
kids in. They changed the rules this year in terms of where you can play in any given week. So a kid can play 5 quarters.
Oh, okay.
So if they play 3 at JV and 2 at varsity, they could play 3 at freshman and 2 at JV.
I like that.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a different system than it used to be just 10 games across all 3 levels. So
got Jack Bridgeford in at number 84 as wide receiver. Here comes O'Rourke. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to turn it up and good move to get up towards midfield. He's almost at the 50-yard line. That really was. He followed his blocks well. Good job. Nice hole on the right-hand side, but he really kind of picked his way through with a couple of nice cutbacks.
He did. He's got some new linemen up front there. Number 53, again, Gabriel Lopez. I think we called his name before. 6'2", 240-pound junior. Let's see who else we got out there. Number 53 is, I just said Gabriel Lopez, sorry. 57. Crap, he's not on my roster.
I know, sometimes that happens.
63 is Jason Turner, 5'11", 190-pound junior. We'll have to catch some others as we go.
So trips left for the Pioneers. Single right. And it's going to be a handoff up the middle. And here goes Mason O'Rourke. Great burst up of speed up to the 38, 39-yard line. That looked good. He hit the hole quick and had a nice gain there. So that's going to be a first down for Pinnacle.
Helping to open that hole was number 50, Nathan Munoz, 6'1", 220-pound junior.
Yep. And center, who do we have in at center here? Number 75 is Reese Marks. Yep, and at center. Nice.
I did not know he was a center. He's not.
So he's getting a look at center.
Reese's dad sitting next to us, Carl, who does all the production of all of our games, and this is news for him.
Well, why not?
That's
a nice snap, too, yeah. O'Rourke with a stiff arm. He's going to turn the corner, and this time he's going to put his head down and pick up another 4 yards.
I tell you what, I think
that's a double whammy. You get the stiff arm, and then you get ran over.
I think Mason O'Rourke saw what Jacoby Rucker did down at the other end of that field to that DB, and he said, I want to do that too.
Yep.
And he came out and just ran over that DB.
That was a nice run.
It was
another nice run. That's going to be a first down for the Pioneers.
Todd, as we're going, I'm going to try and sneak in a few more sponsors because this clock is almost done.
Yep.
Chula Seafood, we talked about them before, so I think, you know what? No, I have not talked about Huntington Learning Center. Our mission is to serve families with children through personalized instruction to meet your child's unique needs, additionally providing ACT and SAT prep classes.
So it's going to be a handoff again. O'Rourke to the right-hand side. He's got a little bit of a hole, cut back, and he's going to kind of dance his way forward through 3 guys for another 3 yards. So good tough run.
Getting a lot of good yards here at the end of the game. Center Mass Construction, helping you build your dreams into reality, residential and light construction. And also Wilmeng Construction. Wilmeng Construction exists for people to build their genuine place of purpose, building commercial construction projects in the Valley since 1977. I think that does it.
All right, we get through them all?
Yes.
That's no easy feat. That's more sponsors than I've ever seen.
And with a running clock in the second half, it's really made it hard to get it in.
It does.
We've got 2 minutes left in this game, folks.
Yeah, minute 52 and counting. And Ethan Wall at QB, O'Rourke at running back. And we're going to get another run by Mason. Does a good job. That wasn't. That was Mac Richards, wasn't it? Number 8?
Yes, number 8.
Mac Richards actually on the carry. So it's going to be 3rd and 3. Okay, O'Rourke's back in the game. So Mac Richards lining up at running back. Previous play.
Seeing all kinds of surprises tonight.
We are. It's 3rd down and 3, and the Pioneers are using, they're not trying to rub it in, so they're using all the play clock.
Yep.
But, of course, the kids that are in there, they want to score.
They do, Absolutely. Of course. This is their time to shine.
They're not going to kneel down. They're going to play.
Yep.
So on 3rd and 3, you've got Ethan Wall in the running back or quarterback. O'Rourke is going to get the ball, and they basically, I mean, they were selling out on a run blitz there.
Yeah.
They knew it was coming.
They knew it was coming.
Even though they knew it was coming, he still picked up some yardage.
It doesn't matter.
Maybe a
That's
yard.
going to be, looks like that's going to be the ball game. The clock's down to 40 seconds and running.
I don't know if they're going to have to run one more or not.
Nope, the play clock is at 37. The game clock's at 35. We should be.
And Neil Diamond just entered the stadium.
You know,
We've got everybody singing.
as a Yankee fan, I hate to hear this song because,
You know what I got to say about
Associate
Pioneers'
with the Red Sox.
performance?
What's that?
So good, so good,
so good,
good.
so good, so good.
Great
No
game
kidding.
by your Pinnacle Pioneers. 13, 12, 11. 2 weeks in a row, they look great. You know, so the Pioneers are going to improve to 4-1 on the year. The Valley Vista Monsoon are going to go to 4-2. And folks, thanks for tuning in. Just a fantastic effort. And next week we've got
Chaparral on the road.
On the road, we go to Chaparral down in Scottsdale. And that's it. That's going to be a good game.
That's our first
it's
big
going to be a really
test
good
since
game.
the Liberty game, so we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, well, Queen Creek is no
Wait,
joke.
that's true. I forgot
Queen
about
Creek
Queen
is
Creek.
no joke.
You know, we beat them so soundly.
It turned a lot of heads in
It
the
turned
state,
a lot of heads in the state, for sure.
without a doubt.
Yep.
You know, because everybody saw the Liberty score and went, oh, geez.
Yep.
But-
Same old Pinnacle.
No.
A lot of that was going around.
Not the case.
Not the case.
So you're going to see him come over here. I want to talk about this a little bit because I don't know if we've covered this entire year, so we'll hang on for just a moment.
Sure.
The Pioneer Spirit Drill, right?
So cool.
So
Win or lose.
win or lose, the boys always line up, and I think it's called I don't know if it's the Spirit Drill.
Something like
the
that.
Pride Drill. I'm
Pride
sorry.
Drill.
Pride Drill. I
Drill.
should know that.
Yeah.
I coached for a year. I should know that. Dana's going to give me a hard time
Yeah, he will.
if he hears this. But the Pioneer Pride Drill, and really what this is about is discipline.
It is.
It's about doing the same thing, the same way, every single time.
Yep.
Win, lose, rain, snow. Well, you don't get snow here. But regardless, it's always doing the same thing. So
Yep.
the kids, it's a discipline thing for the
is.
kids.
Yep.
It's really what it is.
Yep.
But the Pioneer Pride Drill, and well done by the Pioneers up and down the boat. And I'll tell you what, 4-1, ranked number 6 in the state. We'll have to see what comes up. But, folks, thanks for tuning in. And I guess you want to hold on for just a second here, Carl, so they can see what the Pride Drill is. Let's see if they can. Here it is. Is he? Attaboy. Jacoby? Dana's a stickler, head coach Zupke, to this. If they don't do it right, they will do it again in practice.
Yes, absolutely.
And they will continue to do it again until they do it right.
Yep.
And it teaches them you do the little things right.
Yep.
That's really what it's about. You do. And there you go. Good game, boys. I know they watch on, some of them watch anyway on the delay.
Absolutely.
So great job, kids. You really did. Hey, you better buckle up, boys, because
Here comes the hard part of the schedule.
Yep. And they could run the table.
They could.
They
They
could do it.
absolutely
They have
could.
the talent to do it.
Yes, they
and,
do.
And I'm very impressed top to bottom with what they're doing. You know, they've got some depth, but they're going to have to bring it because
They are.
if they don't bring it every game, they're going to get hit in the chin.
They
no
are.
doubt.
Yep.
So, anyway, folks, thanks for tuning in, and have yourself a wonderful evening. For Matt Lisk, my name's Todd Dixon, and hold on, let's see, did we get all of our texts real quick? No, we got 3 shout-outs before we go off, sir. This is Kate Horton. Sorry, I didn't know I was supposed to text. That's all right, dude. Kate Horton, Wyatt's older brother, shout out to you. We've got one more to, this is grandmother Judith, and 97-year-old great-granny Ellie in New England for Wyatt Horton.
Awesome.
Love that. And we've got one more as well to the Roaring O'Rourke's. We can hear you all the way in California. So shout out to the Roaring O'Rourke's. So, all right. And again, thank you to the production crew. Carl to my right. Always does a great job. So Dan on the camera. Dan, you did great. And we'll see you next week, folks.
Awesome. Thanks, Todd.
All right. See you later.